You know what that bell means, don't you, Dan?
Start of another brilliant Have a Word episode.
Whoa, yes. And ring a bell if you've got the best Patreon in the UK.
Patreon.com/haveawordpod. If you're going to enjoy this episode, you are going to love being a patron. 30,000 lids, can't be wrong. For as little as £3 a month, you get an exclusive episode every Wednesday. You also get early release of the video on a Saturday morning, and then the specials, Carl.
So many special. We've been around the world, baby. I'm back.
We've got drunk in here, and then we've been around the world.
India, America, Amsterdam, Spain. We're going to Turkey. We're going to see the whole of the world. And you can come along with us for just £3. That is cheaper than a layer pack.
Sign up and join the Lid Army. Also, we're on a stand-up tour, the Murderers Row stand-up tour. There are a few tickets available in the remaining venues. So have a look at haveawordpod.com where you can buy tour merch.
Also, if you like extra content, on top of your extra content, we give you that. We've got film club, Q&As, all kinds. And me and Harry Robinson have got the sickest new podcast on the block, which is Mad That.
I've got a dance event in April the 20th for Dan's Anthems, dannightingale.com for that. Adam's got some live shows coming up. There's loads of chances to see us, but it all funnels through the Patreon, patreon.com/haveawordpod. This episode, as well as many others like it, is an absolute belter.
£3.
You look good today.
Thank you. I love you.
A lot of people say we don't get on an episode, but as soon as we're doing adverts, we're best friends again.
Come here, you.
Come here.
Wag wag leads, you're listening to the funniest podcast in the game. From the heart of Liverpool, with Adam, Dan, Sensei Carl and Finn. This is the one and only Have a Word.
Brought to you by Manscaped, the very best products on the market for below-the-waist grooming.
Go Ed, get on me.
Is anybody else having a cunt of the morning?
Well, when you schedule in business-like meetings for 8:30 a.m.,
9 a.m.
9 a.m., you really are going to set the day off on a fucking cunty sort of trajectory.
Obviously, at this place, at the Palace of Humour, as we call it.
Like the Theatre of Dreams.
We don't. We never have done, but we do now.
At the Palace of Humour. We're normally 10:30, 11 o'clock.
10:30.
Yeah. So we normally miss rush hour traffic. So in your head, you think, hey, and it's a 15-minute drive from where I live to here.
Are you about to say, hey, maybe rush hour traffic isn't a thing anymore? I haven't engaged in it. Maybe everyone's just agreed to not do it.
Well, I just thought 8:30 to get into town for 9. I thought that'd do the fucking job. No. Left at 8:30, was late for me meeting. Hey, it happens. We're all human.
Yeah.
Right?
And they're for you. You know what I mean? They're there for you.
So I had this meeting with, I'm in the process, the cat will be sort of, it's out the bag now. I've put it on Patreon. I'm in the process of developing a TV show and I had to have a meeting about the pilot, right?
Classic.
Anyway, we're having some problems with that. Also, my mortgage advisor's just called me and said that because there's a very complicated issue that I barely understand with my latest set of accounts, he's like, essentially, it'll still go through, going to be fine. But your options are basically either we add 5 years to your mortgage to keep the rate the same, to keep the monthly fee the same, or we fix it in for 5 years instead of 2, which means that you're sort of paying more for longer. Bit of a nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare. It is what it is.
What did you pick?
I just told him whatever he thinks is best. Because I don't understand it. I've just do the thing. Like you do it, because I just don't know how to do this thing. And then, as I was parking my car today, I've had a scratch on the right side of my car for a little while now.
Yep.
But I think I've really finally got the impetus to get that fixed, because on the left side, which was currently completely clear, I did drive into a bollard in the Q Park.
Oh.
And did some...
Was it your fault?
A bollard or a supporting wall? That's not a bollard.
Supporting wall.
Yeah.
Let me see that.
I mean, you're not going to necessarily see it properly.
Oh, it
from
doesn't
there.
look nice.
No,
Looks like an
you can put it
octopus.
in here.
That's an owie.
And then as I was coming into the studio just then, when you all were in here, you were like, oh, we're going to our pod. And and I finished up sending an email, and then I picked me coffee up to bring it in here, and the lid came off. So that's why it's in this and not in its prêt à manger cup.
I think you're doing pretty well, though. Your mood seems chipper. You're not letting it get you down.
Do you know what it is?
Go on.
Genuinely,
You're in the palace of fun.
I'm in the palace of humour.
Humour, sorry.
And after like 3 things in a day go wrong, I just become like quite zen about it.
Yeah.
I'm just
waiting for the third
yeah,
thing
today's dog shit. It is what it is. I've got a gig tonight to hot water. Someone will probably heckle or get booted out, or I'll have a scrap or something. And it is what it is. You know, it's fine. We're all happy. We're all healthy.
Is there anything you could find out in the next sort of few hours that would, that rule of 3, which sounds like a great rule. If 3 shit things have happened, nothing can make me feel worse. Surely there's you know what I mean?
Salah's gone with Trent.
Yeah, Salah and Van Dijk can't sign.
Oh, yeah. And that was yesterday, yeah. Trent, and I sort of read that on the way in again. Yeah, Trent's gone. Fully gone. Yeah. No more Farmageddon for you, eh, Trent?
That was the only thing keeping him as well.
Fucking all he posts about on Instagram, mate. Oh, I was a shout out to Farmageddon.
Someone's going to have to give me a bit of context on Farmageddon.
I had a bit of a tirade against Trent on the internet because he said nothing about Zoe's place to protect his social media, and then went to Farmageddon during the Zoe's Place campaign and took selfies and was like, shout out to Farmageddon for sorting me and my brother out with free Farmageddon tickets.
Right, and a little bit more context because I don't know what Farmageddon
is.
It sounds
Like
like
Farmageddon is?
It sounds like an agricultural fair.
It's
a farm
terrifying.
in Ormskirk.
Around there, yeah.
They're all farms in Ormskirk.
And around Halloween time, you can go and they have like out-of-work actors who dress up as like Freddy Krueger and come out and go, yeah, and chase you around the farm with chainsaws and stuff.
Scary if it
It's
was
scary.
Quinn.
It's genuinely scary.
Yeah.
Even though the chainsaws aren't real.
Yeah, and also the actors can't actually touch you, so
No,
I
sometimes they
just
do.
wouldn't be scared.
No, they shouldn't be touching you.
Oh, here we go.
Harry,
Harry's
no.
been abused by an out-of-work actor.
I've been touched.
Oh, they do? They
again.
pin you down and touch you on
They
your
shouldn't
specials?
be touching you ever.
They don't do
No.
the face strokey thing.
No.
Because they're all dressed as clowns and they all like do that.
They lick you a little bit. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe
Did
I
one
got-
kiss you?
Maybe I got the premium experience then. But I've definitely been touched.
You
in
sure that was
Farmageddon.
Farmageddon?
That's what altar boys say as well. I got the premium experience.
Yeah, I'm
Got
more
bummed.
holy. Yeah.
More holy, more bum holy, mate.
Hey, hold your ass. We had a good weekend though, didn't we?
I think that's why you're all right, because you're flying, mate.
Also, genuinely,
Oh, here we go.
this fucking
Fucking hell.
that NMN shite that I've started taking, I might be a placebo. I'm finding it a lot easier to get up in the morning. I've got more,
Pep.
yeah, like genuinely, yeah,
Right, nice.
like I wake up and I'm like, let's get up.
Class, mate.
I've never been that guy though, ever.
Yeah, it was a pretty full-on weekend.
I've never been this busy in my entire life. You know, it's fucking driving me insane. But also, I kind of thrive in chaos.
You do thrive on it.
yeah.
Yeah. You do well on it.
Can I give my headline away?
Finn, I don't know if anything happened to you on this weekend that anyone really cares
What
about.
happened?
I met Noel Gallagher.
Oh, yeah, you
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you know how cute you were about
The
that?
important thing is you didn't like
did. Mention
panic.
it.
I did.
I think he did all right. Did he not?
in the actual situation, I think I did very well. It was the 2 hours before and following. that weren't-
Outside of the situation, he was a mess.
Yeah.
When it happened, he was cool.
So we went to see Shane Gillis on Sunday, and Shane Gillis, being very fucking sound and very good at comedy, is playing the arena, the O2 Arena in London town, where we'd been all weekend for Murderers Row at the Hackney Empire. If you were down there, thanks so much for coming down. You were class, the shows were class. Hackney Empire is great fun to play. The O2, I mean, you're going to make more money. It looks a bit less fun to play.
I don't know. You know.
I don't know. They didn't. I got the vibe that they'd have all enjoyed the Hackney Empire a bit more.
Yeah,
Their
maybe,
accountants
but
would-
also, yeah.
It is a reality of being one of the 1 or 2 biggest names in comedy in the world at the moment. And sorted us a suite. He boxed us off. That was a nice touch, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely. And then because we were in the suites, we got the AAA passes for the backstage because Shane's a comics comic. And he knew you were there. You're mates with him. He's also been on here. Super sound. Bring your pals down, he said. Great. We all went down. And also in the backstage area, waiting for a lift to go down to the dressing room, was Noel Gallagher.
Who is one half of...
And he's the lead singer of...
The Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds.
And
Yeah, the High Flying Birds.
Huh?
He's got a big gig this summer, hasn't he? A couple of them for Oasis.
Oasis.
Yeah.
who Finn
You
likes.
forgot about that.
Is he in Oasis?
So, Finn, on clocking him, because we were just waiting for him to...
we need to go back.
We need to rewind a little bit.
Yeah.
So what had happened was...
Do you not know about this bit? You do know about this.
What?
That Adam-
So
Adam-
on Thursday, Sunday was Shane Gillis in London, Friday and Saturday's Hackney Empire. Thursday last week, I opened for Shane in Manchester and we went for a drink afterwards.
I forgot to say about this.
And Shane was like, "Oh, one of Oasis are coming down Sunday," and I was like, "Well, it'll be Noel. It just will be because he's a big like comedy fan."
Where did you meet him?
At Jesselnick.
That's it.
And when I met him at Jesselnick, he sort of knew who I was, sort of thing, because his daughter, I think, watches our clips. I don't know whether she's a podcast fan, but I think she watches the clips and has shown him a couple of bits. And obviously, if he's a comedy fan, he's going to be sort of aware anyway. So I was like, "Oh, it'll be Noel," and Shane was like, "Yeah, I think it is him." So I knew he was going. So on the tube, I forget how mental and adorable and space idiot Finn is with this sort of stuff. So we're on the tube and I'm just sat next to Finn and I just went, "Oh, by the way, Noel Gallagher's going tonight. You probably meet him." And that's just as casual as I said it. And Finn was like, "What have you done? Like, I'm not even going to be able to listen to a word Shane or any of the openers are saying now." I just
Shit his pants.
like he just went into like he just completely disassociated with the day and was silent and just looking through like the back of people's heads and stuff. And then when we got there and they were like, "Here's your tickets," and they were in a suite and AAA, I went to Finn because now I want to have fun with it. I was like, "He'd probably just be in the suite with us," and he was actually in the very next one. I don't
Was
know if
he? I was looking for him.
Yeah, he was in the very next one.
I was Claude McAlele in it all night.
I gotta play it cool in the
Scanning.
suites.
Oh, I would have done, and I did when I met him.
What, you're leering round to see who's in
Yeah.
the next round of
Yeah, but he
war?
doesn't know that.
Right.
Well, he will if he sees you.
He's Noel Gallagher. Everyone looks at him.
Oh, yeah, that's a famous thing. Yeah,
So-
I suppose you're right.
We then
It's
all
very famous.
after the show, we get a beer and we think we'll go down and we'll go backstage and say hello to the boys and girls and trans, and we go to get the lift.
Which is the only way down. Big lift, but there's a big queue for it.
Yeah,
At this point as well, I'm like, oh, it's not happening.
Oh, he'd given up. He
It's-
went,
it's
"I've
done."
texted me mates and I look like a knobhead. It's not happening." And
Yeah,
he was like,
I'd literally said
whatever.
that to Carl 30 seconds earlier.
And then 10 seconds later, Steve walks towards us and points at Finn and goes, "You're going to fucking shit yourself." And then he went, "Oh, I am." And then just turned around and looked the other way because he couldn't look at him in the eyes like it was Medusa.
Adam, you did a really good job. You sort of you saw the past, didn't you?
well, he was dead sound when I met him the first time, which I know is not like maybe what he wants his reputation to even be, because some people like sort of act like he's like a proper diva and stuff, but he that's just not been my experience the two times I met him. And so he's just standing there with his missus. And I just went over and was like, "You all right, lad?" And initially, like, as he turns around, he's like, "Oh, who's this?" And he goes, "Oh, all right, Scouse from fucking Dingy." And I was like, "Yeah." And he, "Oh, how you getting on?" And I was just like talking for a sec. And then he went, "Oh, have you been busy?" And because all I'm thinking in that moment is, how can I just quickly? Because I thought what he might do is come downstairs, go to Shane, "Good show," and then fuck off. When you're that famous, that's what a lot of them do. They don't want the hassle, do you know what I mean? But I was like, he might disappear here. So maybe Finn's not going to get a picture because he's probably not going to ask for that waiting for the lift, but at least he can come and say hello.
At this point, Finn is hovering round like he's Adam's PA. Finn was just moving his way around, so he was in position for.
You could see his heartbeat through his like leather
Yeah,
jacket.
Finn came over to me and went, "It's like I've had half a pill. Just feel my heart," and it was
You
going.
didn't have to feel it. You could see his
see it, yeah.
t-shirt, like
Yeah.
popping with it.
Bugs bunnying out of his fucking chest.
I wasn't ready for it. I'm still not ready for
You
it.
weren't ready for it.
happened.
I
He's not
was ready for it. I'd overthought it. So then I was overthinking it still. I said to you, I was like, I wish you hadn't told me.
Yeah,
Because then I would have...
just reacted.
I don't remember
I think you might
any
have
of
just passed
Shane's
out
set.
though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you would have had a cardiac arrest.
So what did you say? You just turned and Finn was there, like.
Well, no, because Noel went like, "Oh, have you been busy? What are you down in London for? You're just here for this." And I was like, "Yeah, no, we've been down here for some shows." And he was like, "Yeah, that's where we met last time at the Apollo, wasn't it? You were there, that Jesselnick lad." And he went, "By the way," he went, "Did you see that fucking clip of him?" And I went, "What?" And he went, "There's a clip where he talks about meeting me and he's just fucking lying." And and the thing is, Jesselnick does lie in it.
Right.
Because when they met, I was stood here and they're there. And in the clip, Jesselnick's like, what does he say? I'll have to watch it in the break. But he says something where he's like, and Noel said this, and this. And Noel was like, I didn't fucking say that. And I went, yeah, you didn't, did you? And he was like, no, you were fucking stood right there. He's fucking full of shit, him. I can't wait to pull him up on that when I see him.
Does Jesselnick just make up so much of his jokes that he's like, I'll just keep doing it for pods
I think
as well?
what he's done is he's just embellished the story, thinking
funnier.
Noel Gallagher's never going to watch my podcast.
But he's into
And then his
clips.
producers clipped it and Noel has seen it.
Oh.
So anyway, he goes, so what have you been doing down here? And I was like, well, the podcast's on tour at the minute. He's like, oh, so you like live podcast? I was like, no, we're doing a stand-up tour. Like, and we end it with a bit of music. And he's like, oh, do you? Yeah. I was like, yeah, our producer. I was like, actually, Finn, come out. And
You did the smoothest thing. You just went, oh yeah, there he is. Like you didn't even know he was there.
Finn's like,
I heard my name and it was literally like,
There he is. Yeah, come over here, Finn. We were just chatting to Noel about. You don't know. You were like,
no. Adam went, Finn, this is Noel. And in my head, I'm going, you cunt. I know who this is.
But this was really funny because obviously Finn in that moment is just being like, just don't have a panic attack.
Yeah.
Just be a normal human. And I went, yeah, so we do like 2 sections of stand up and then Finn comes on and does a couple of covers at the end. And Finn goes, normally yours.
I didn't say it like that. Which you like,
I don't think that's bad. That's like under pressure.
Hey,
Under
I didn't
pressure.
say it like that. He laughed.
Oh, sorry, how did you say? Hey, no, normally yours. But that's all right, isn't it? Here's my number. I'll take yours.
I pay PRS. You got some money for that, I promise.
He
I like the songs you do and I'm going with my voice as well.
I got a laugh out of him. That's all I
Under
needed.
pressure. Finn does an accent. Normally, usually yours. So sorry.
But then the real cool thing is he goes downstairs and he's just chatting to Shane and a few of them for ages. And then Finn goes, oh, I really want the picture. And I went, just go and stand by the exit and be his last person out. And then you're not sort of encouraging other people to do it. You can just get a quick one, be like, no, sorry to be this guy, but mind if I get a quick selfie? But then on his way to the door, he stops at me. And bear in mind, I've had an entire total of less than 5 minutes conversation with this fella. He comes up and he goes, oh, I meant to say, mate, have you got my number? And I went, no. What are you talking about? No.
Liam, no.
And he goes, you want to come and see the band in the summer? Sort it out for Manchester with your mates and that. And I was like, yeah. He went, yeah, come and have a drink in Manchester. And he put his number in my phone and I was like, right, yeah, nice one. And then
Finn nearly evaporated.
I saw that bit. I was waiting by the exit. I saw that. I went, well, I'm going to wake up.
You
in a
see?
minute, aren't I?
What did I tell you when we were all like, Dan, you've got to go for tickets? I was like, they'll just happen. They'll just happen. I said, you're all like, lads, you need to buy them immediately. You need to be at the front of the queue. No, 2 days later, my mate went, you want a ticket? And then a few months later, Noel went, yeah, we'll box you a ticket. They were just going to happen naturally. And I'm sure that's everyone's experience.
So I waited by the exit and there was 2 lads next to me who I think were comedy promoters. We were all chatting to them later in the night.
Yeah.
Oh, they were in our suite, weren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're musicians.
Yeah.
Oh,
one of
The
them
big lad with the
like
Green
Shane.
Bay packet. So he's called Gareth. And he went mad viral about 18 months ago for a cover of Stick Season.
Right, okay.
And he lives in Nashville now. And I think his mate is in his sort of ensemble.
So Noel's walking out the room. They're next to me, closer to not as close to the door. And they just went, Noel. And he was like, I've got to go. I was like, fuck. Right, I've got to just do it. And you'd said you might never get the chance. So I went.
All I said to you was, you either get a photo or you get told to fuck off by Noel Gallagher.
Yeah.
And both of them are cool for you,
Yeah,
aren't they?
I wanted the latter.
Also, what plays in your favour, no one had asked him for a selfie.
No.
Yeah.
Like, even if they tried, they didn't even get in.
So I did the sorry to be that guy, Noel. I'm a massive fan. Can I get a picture? And he was like, yeah, of course. I went, I'm coming to Cardiff. And like someone that comes up to us and goes, I'm coming to Murderers Row. He went, oh, first night. Nice one, mate. Had the selfie.
That's cool.
The selfie's a bit blurry because my hand was shaking. But that's inevitable. And yeah.
You can put a little video in here, actually, because I got a video of Finn on the phone to, was it your mum?
No, my best mate. My best mate Cam. Our whole friendship for the past 10 years has been dedicated to Oasis and making set lists about potential.
Are you going to
reunions.
Cardiff with him?
Yeah, him and my brother.
Yeah.
We're going to Cardiff.
He's on the phone and he clocks that I'm recording him because he's just like beaming. He's like this. And as it pans to him, he just goes,
We said though, Carl, didn't we, afterwards? I honestly, we had a great time. That was a really fun night. And everyone to do with Shane, his support acts were all super sound. There was a nice atmosphere backstage. I loved that whole night. And it was great for us because we'd worked Friday, Saturday, and that became basically a little boys' works night out.
Yeah.
Great fun. But all of us afterwards felt like extra chuffed.
And I was buzzing.
Like
When you called him
forfeit.
over, I was like...
It
was like
literally all of us were so happy for him because it was all your Christmases.
Yeah.
Come in
It was-
one short Mancunian.
I literally went to bed that night. So we went out, didn't we? Me, you, Steve, and
Josh.
a fan that we kidnapped.
Was it Josh?
Um,
It was Josh. Sorry,
I think it was Josh. Yeah. We
Had lovely hair.
ended up in a bar and we were out till quite late.
So, by the way, this you don't really know about this, do you?
No, me and Jack Finnegan went home.
So you and Jack went home, and then us lot, and we're walking towards. So you have to walk quite a bit away from the O2 to get a taxi, even if it's an Uber, right? Like there's like a 5-minute walk. And as we get there, there's a lad on the phone, and it appears like he's having murder with his missus. I actually think I found out later that they'd just been separated and couldn't find each other.
It was
Right?
the guy from the Tube. Who was
The
sat
guy from
next
the
to us.
Tube, who, as we got on the Tube,
nice guy.
It was him.
it was him. So we managed to see him again hours
chances of
later.
that?
And we went, come on, you're coming with us. And he was like, I can't. And we went, come on. And he went, okay.
I'll just release her into the wild.
So we dropped Carl and Harry at the hotel because Carl definitely didn't fancy it. And Harry was umming and ahhing. And then he was like, I think I'm just going to go to bed. So it was us three and this random kid went to a really good bar, also the only bar open at that time on a Sunday night in Shoreditch. And we went and had some cocktails.
And
One of the
all
nicest
that,
cocktails I've ever had.
all that time, she was still at the O2.
Yeah.
And we were in Shoreditch.
I hope he's had a good time because he's going to have to really buy back some credit with her.
Yeah, so at one point, she's FaceTiming him and he went, Adam, you're going to have to come here because she's calling me a liar. So because, obviously they're fans of the pod, when we got on the Tube, they went, oh my God. He's obviously gone, I'm sorry, I've gone for a night out with Adam, Finn and Steve. And she's like, fuck off, Josh, where are you? And he was like, no, that's where I am. She could be accusing him of anything at that point, do you know what I mean? You're like, you've left me. And he's just like, no, look. And as he done that, her face went from frown to, and she just burst out laughing. Nice. So I hope they've had a good...
I got to sit and chat UFC with Arnold Allen as well, which was fucking heavy. When I walked in...
Yeah, I did a very low-key version of what Adam did for you.
You fucking wingman me. I walked in, I was like, oh, fuck, there's Arnold Allen. He's cool as fucking dead hard. And he's like a really quiet man. He's the hardest man in the room, so he doesn't have to be loud.
So I didn't know he was, but basically Carl, really cool, because Carl is so into the UFC. Like, you're mad about it. It's my version is the NFL, yours is Liverpool. All of us have got one thing that we're like geeks about. And you sat down and you were like, he's a fucking class fighter, by the way. So when you went, I knew people were schmoozing. You were doing such a good job and chat because the support acts and everyone. And I was just sat there and I just thought, I'm just going to start a conversation. It's the polite thing to do.
Well, I didn't. So I was like, I don't want to be like, hi. So I stood up and went to mingle, and then I was with him.
Yeah, you were babysitting me.
And turned round, and you were chatting to him. I was like, what the fuck could he be saying to him?
I just acted like, I was just like, all right, guys, you're right. You enjoy the show, blah, blah, blah.
But
we ended up talking about Ipswich for a weird amount of time.
Yeah.
And then I went, oh, yeah, my mate Carl says you're a brilliant fighter.
Well, I saw
and
this.
then Carl came over and, all right, lad, budge up. And then so the conversation
he was there
from
and Dan was here, and there wasn't really a seat there, but I sat there.
And the conversation went from I was asking his missus a question, we were talking about Suffolk and everything, and then it went into basically an in-depth UFC interview.
Yeah.
When
I went, who are you fighting, lad? He went, I want Yair Rodriguez, and he's saying all these names. I'm like, that's so cool. I was just chatting to him for ages about his opinions on fighters, which is cool, and I was so happy.
Well, he's now my favourite sportsman with Arnold in his name. So there you go. That's what he's done this weekend.
Named after Arnold Schwarzenegger, which I didn't know. They told me that. His wife was lovely. He was just dead cool. And he went, what you do with these things? I went, what do you mean? He went, I don't really do this kind of thing. Like, am I meant to be mingling? I went, have you said hello to Shane? And said thank you. He was like, yeah. I was like, you done then?
Yeah.
I went, Noel Gallagher's over there. He went, I don't really care. I went, just sit here and have a chat. He was like, yeah, cool.
That's
and
a
then he was like,
that's a sound
and he
guy.
was like, what do you do then? And I was like, oh, I'm a podcast. He was like, I love podcast. And then I was like, oh, this is sick. It Dead cool. That was my mini Noel.
You've had a couple of big nights out there because on Friday night everyone was sort of tapping out.
Yep.
And I just got the first. I'm so bad for this. Whenever we go away, that first night, every stag do, I've ruined the next 2 days by getting too excited on the first night. And you and I ended up having a really good night out.
Yeah. A class impromptu night out.
Yeah, Elliot Steele basically hooked us up and we went to Horatio Gould's birthday. And I got talking to some of the sort of newer London comedians. And
They all gimps.
no, couple of them are Horatio's mates. Like who are the ones? There's a guy called Paddy and his mate. He did that fucking brilliant gangster clip.
Paddy and me.
They're fucking brilliant. Dan Tiernan's there, Elliot Steele's there. But then I got talking to some of the alternative acts, and it really does. You can tell they think, it's Bernard Manning come down. In my head, I am, I know I'm the oldest here, but I'm like, we're at the cutting edge of UK podcasting. They're like, here, this cunt is from the 1970s. Hello, welcome to Have a Word. Fucking hell. My mother-in-law. I'm not saying she's tight. It was a good night out, though.
Yeah, it was class. We ended up in some karaoke bar.
Yeah? Everyone was being very nice about the Coke thing and not giving me any. Not, I was asking. I've got to that point now where me not doing Coke is so well known that everyone's desperately trying to do the logistics of cocaine.
Without you saying it.
But around me. But obviously, when you're on
Step
cocaine...
overs with the Coke.
Yeah, like...
Doesn't know where this is going, does he?
When you're on cocaine, all you've got is like, you want to talk and you want to you're loud. And people are like, oh yeah, can you get some... Sorry, Dan. Can you get some... no, sorry, Dan. just trying to it's like one of those cup games. But it's fine. I love it when people are like, that's when you can tell Elliot Steele's a mate. Because, and I was like, no, because you're 28 and you're on a night out. This is your time. Run, my children. If you're still doing it at 48, we'll talk. It's absolutely fine. That was
Mark
that was
Steele
a class
came
night
to
out.
the show.
Yeah, there's some
That was
gangsters there
class,
this weekend, man. Fuck
Mark
me.
Steele coming to our show. I know he's Elliot's dad, and Elliot's like one of our mates and one of the boys and that, but Mark Steele is such like a fucking UK comedy stalwart.
And when I was coming up, he was one of the few comics that was on, he was doing TV, radio, he was touring.
Every episode of Mock the Week for 2 seasons or whatever.
But he was one of the few ones that was smart, funny, and did voices.
Yeah.
And if he was in Newcastle, he'd do it. He was one of the first acts that I saw that I watched and went, oh, you can fuck around and do voices. You don't have to be Stuart Lee. I've always had a soft spot for Mark Steele. He's such a fucking legend. And he carries himself as a legend.
Cool as fuck.
Looks like you're not allowed to talk to
I
him.
love Murderers, but no, he's so approachable.
No,
Sam.
not me that, but he looks cool and hard.
I love Murderers Row for a lot of reasons. I think this is one of the best things we've done. It's been brilliant. But there's been some moments in the dressing room. The chat in the dressing room has been I love dressing room chat. Post-COVID, that was one of the things that I was looking forward to getting back into. Just having the fucking chat in a dressing room. But there's a lot of bills. There's a lot of bills where...
You don't want to talk to
Yeah, I
people?
don't want to talk to I do talk, but there's other bills where you walk in and you're like, you're a fucking mate, you're class. Well, every Murderers Row dressing room is the top tier of that. You're either one of our really fucking good mates or an absolute legend, or in most cases, both. And some of the chat backstage has been exceptional. And then Mark Steele's there as well. Ian Stone and I were chatting in the second half. And listen, I know Ian's been on and hopefully we'll get him back on, but he was brilliant both Friday and Saturday night. And he's talking to me like a contemporary, which I know I am. But mate, he's an all-time circuit legend, royal level of circuit comedian. This weekend was class.
What about Sunday, then? What did we do on Sunday? Because Sunday was a bit for you, wasn't it? A bit for you.
Well, on Saturday,
Sunday was wild.
On Saturday, me and Finn just managed to go for lunch for about an hour. We sat next to Ben Wishaw, who's the voice of Paddington Bear.
Been some wild characters on this weekend, by the way.
Oh, do you not know about that?
No.
We went to...
He's not the face of a man in the know.
We went to what I found out was a Gordon Ramsay pizza restaurant.
Oh, fair play to Gordon
Pizza
Ramsay.
East,
Pizza
great.
East is...
Yeah.
Fair
Say
play.
what you want about Gordon Ramsay.
You can
Give him
cook
his
food.
dues.
Don't give him any.
He's a good mum.
What's he going to do with that?
But we
Put them
sat,
to work.
So we got sat nearest to the door. We sat down, and Dan is giving me strange eyes. He's going,
I'm trying to fuck him. You know, I'm about to have pizza.
Is that how you try and fuck people?
he's like
Oh
this.
yeah, you give him the eyes. That's it, isn't it? That's what I do with Laura. I don't think it's working. She's had me check for like a stroke a few times.
He's filled his nappy, hasn't he? Yeah.
Right. Ooh, nappy play. When Ben Wishaw is there, and I clocked him straight away, which is pretty good on a hangover.
Was he in the costume?
He was in the
doing-
costume. He's in
Hang
the
on.
costume.
I've
And
never
that's why I was surprised more
You know
people
him.
weren't looking.
I've never watched Paddington, but is his voice Paddington's or does he voice Paddington? You know what I mean?
Is he just doing his own voice?
Yeah,
His-
no, he's
it's
from
kind of
James
his
Bond
own,
as well.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of his own voice, you know.
Is it?
Fuck
Okay.
off! He sounds like, oh.
That's Winnie the Pooh.
Right.
I don't know what Paddington sounds like either.
No, he sounds like that, but a bit more Peruvian.
Oh no! Oh no! No, you haven't seen Paddington.
Oh, Paddington Bear.
I love jam body.
I love jam sandwiches. Is that not Paddington?
Is that Peruvian, by the way?
I love a jam sandwiches.
That's what he did in the audition, apparently.
Paddington Bear.
Well, that's what he was saying in the restaurant. That's why you knew it was him.
He was just sat there going,
I'm Paddington Bear, but more Peruvian. I want a margarita, please.
What
So
does he
Paddington
sound
Bear is Peruvian.
yeah, and he speaks with Ben Wishaw's voice because it's fucking voiced by Ben Wishaw.
When Bishop?
No Paddington. Ben Bishop. No Paddington Bear has ever been Peruvian. I know he is from deepest, darkest Peru. I get that. But he's not like, hello, my name is Paddington Bear.
What does he sound like then?
He sounds like Ben Wishaw.
Doing impression.
He's just a bit posh.
I wouldn't know Ben Whishaw if he, Ben Whishaw could be in this room
That could
now.
be Steve.
Yeah, that could be Ben Whishaw, and I wouldn't know.
Are you the voice
Adam,
of Paddington
Google him.
Bear?
You know him. He's from James
He's in
Bond.
James
Is where
Bond
you know him
as well.
from.
You do know Ben Whishaw.
He's also like a bad guy in something.
I'm sorry, this might hurt. What's the...
Oh, he's
yeah.
fucking Q, isn't he?
Yeah.
Q.
On Sunday, I wanted to use the day a bit better. So we met up. You were having like brunch, weren't you?
No, so I woke up and went, right, I want to do something today, London. You know what I mean? I've done shopping. I want to do something London. So we were going to go to the Van Gogh experience.
Should have done some knife crime and robbed some phones.
I'd done that on the Saturday.
Also, Carl had gone, I don't want to make any decisions, and had made, what did you call him? Daddy Goose. So
Who's Daddy Goose?
Well, I had Daddy Goose the Saturday. I decided where we were eating and what we were doing, and I led the way. And on the Sunday, I was like, I'm not Daddy Goose today. I'll go wherever you want to go, and I'll eat whatever you want to eat. But, you know, my turn is
So he's
over.
put a lot of pressure on Steve there, who was Googling things to do in London. We're in EC1. It's central, but it's, you know, it's like the east side of the centre of London, isn't it? Right? And so
Like, yeah, sorry,
Steve's
you Daddy Goosed
you, as in
after
Mother Goose.
Taylor Swift. Do you remember?
Yeah, I know Mother Goose.
Well, I'm not a woman.
Yeah, but it's
You're not a goose either.
the phrase is that's how the mummy bird feeds the chicks, isn't it? It's not Daddy Bird.
That is the phrase.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Daddy Goose, come on, let it live. Let it.
That is weird to see him call Steve Daddy Goose several times.
So I went, no,
No,
you're
you're
Daddy
Daddy
Goose
Goose.
today. I'll go where you want to go. I'm malleable. I'm easy. I want to have
So
fun.
Steve was Googling things within basically the M25 because Steve thinks London is I don't know, Winsford. I
I
can't
think we
get...
need a new section on the show called Steve's Suggestions, you know, because it'd be class.
So
He went,
Found a
where's
pizza place
Marble
in
Arch?
Watford.
So
we're
long.
sat in Momlet,
Yeah.
which is on Brick Street. Very, you know, hip. We had an omelette. And then I was like, I want to do something. Van Gogh experience. I've wanted to do it for ages. Look cool. Sold out.
How are you going and just chop your ears off?
You just chop your ears off. Sold out. Can't do it. The next one.
The Mobo Awards.
The mobile awards, but they weren't on.
Yeah. You can't just go. There's just one night.
Yeah. We were
But
gutted.
Steve still tried to get tickets for it.
The next one was the Tutankhamun experience, which is an immersive Egyptian experience, which I'd love to do. And I know Dad loves to do. Loves to see
It was all about immersion for Daddy Goose that day.
I was obsessed with Egyptians as a kid. I'm obsessed with one now as well, but like as a kid, like the Egyptians, like I was fucking banging. That was that and Henry VIII. I think everyone likes a bit of Henry VIII when you're a kid, but the Egyptians, I built paper mache pyramids when I was in year 4.
School loved banging
Cool.
the Egyptian
Loved the
thing.
Egyptians.
1066
Tried to do the
was my
Sphinx,
thing.
but it just looked like a
You know,
dead rat.
Cleopatra had the world's first vibrator.
I mean, how do they know that?
It was a jar of bees.
In a pussy? Oh,
Well, I think she shook it first.
right.
How many the jar vibe? There were so many bees.
The jar would
the jar
vibrate.
vibrated.
There's no way that
That
anyone
can't be
can
true,
know
Harry.
that.
That is true.
Can't
Must
be,
be quite
can
a
it?
thin jar.
I don't know how the thickness of vibrating
It'd have to
jars
be- it'd have to be like
in
a-
Egypt.
Like a rubber jar.
Is that how she died?
Finn?
It broke.
Apparently Google says it's true.
All right, well, that's 1 point to...
Oh, wait, no, wait, sorry. It's a myth.
that's
It's a myth.
no points for Harry.
She had the first ever vibrator, ancient Greece.
I thought the Tower of London was a great shout.
A
just 'cause it
womanizer
was-
Well, we've got a
2.0.
middle bit
Hey,
there
hey.
first. We've got a middle bit.
Yeah, we are.
Tutankhamun experience. Sold out. Upset me. Next one. Planetarium. I love a planetarium. I love space.
Is it immersive?
Oh, yeah, because you
Yeah,
lie
it's got to
back.
be on it.
Yeah. It's like, great. Bang. Planetarium decision. Finn rings me. Where are you? We'll go on the planetarium. Meet us there. Finn's like, boss. Planetarium plus pot equals fun.
So you
got
had...
potted.
Did you have...
I went to Carl. I was like, should I get stoned? He was like, you're going to a planetarium, obviously.
Did you have an edible?
No, I had a joint.
All right, okay.
So Finn gets doobie. Gets all the doobie. And then Steve decides, no, the planetarium is too far away in time. It's 3 hours away. We can't do that. I was like, right, okay.
Oh, London works.
So then you go, let's go to the Tower of London. And we were like, I was like, yeah, I'm not Daddy Goose. I'll go. And then we walked through London. We walked down bricks. We saw the magician, which you couldn't cope with.
Awful.
Why?
Oh, it's just like watching a mirth control compare on the street. It was painful.
Carl, so he gave Carl a card and a pen.
Silly boy.
He was like, sign the
Even
card.
I went, mate, that's a
He was
mistake.
like, he was like, sign the card to let us know, and he just drew a big cock on it. And he went, oh, it's not this kind of show. And the fella took the Sharpie, put a little smile. I was like, look, it's a smiley face. And Carl went, no, it's a jizzing cock.
That loudly.
and a little woman in a wheelchair, like a decrepit,
An old
like
woman.
90-year-old woman.
No, an old woman, not
Yeah.
a little woman.
And like an old woman turned up to me and went, dirty man.
She was rapping.
A dwarf in a wheel, an old dwarf in a wheelchair. That'd be fucking difficult.
She called him a dotty man.
That's it.
And then, the man wasn't happy because he was like, you've drawn a jizzing cock. I'm in the middle of Brick Lane trying to be child friendly. And you've
Hey, by the way, that bit of London, they don't like selling new clothes around there, do they?
vintage
Fucking
world.
hell. Oh my
You
god.
been in that? Did you go
class, innit?
in? It's mental.
Yeah, we didn't go in any of the
Quite
shops.
overwhelming.
Yeah,
Me and
'cause
Jack
it-
went in there. Me and Jack had a little shopping day and then stopped for a pint and some Thai barbecue.
Brick Lane is just a jumble sale, basically.
So we're heading towards.
I love the vibe down there, though.
Oh,
It
it's
is-
great.
it's good.
Lovely.
Apart from the fucking magicians.
We do a big walk to Tower of London, about 40 minutes in it through London.
25.
Yeah. Yeah. With traffic. Get there. Finn meets us there.
There's a lot of little women in wheelchairs.
Get tickets. And then you're like, Element, you love history. And you're like, I've never been here before. And then some little, really small
I went as a
Asian
kid.
woman went, do you want the tour? And we were like, yeah. And then we just got the tour off. It's like coolest owl fella ever, didn't we?
So one of the beefeaters came down. I thought this little woman that looked like Yoko Ono was going to give us a tour, which I thought was going to be quite fun. But an actual beefeater comes down. And he was class.
He was headline.
He was a.
Headline.
I think
Was he a beefeater or was he in costume?
So that's what
no,
I said.
he is a
He
beefeater.
lived there.
Yeah,
His house was there. So when he was doing the tour, his daughters were watching out the window.
I mean that was
was a bit-
bullshit.
No, that's what he said.
But there's 35 of them.
That's still his house.
The yeoman,
Yeah.
they live there. He was
Oh, man.
and I thought he was class. He was trying to upset children.
Yeah.
He was going for it.
That was not out.
He has his knob out, and that's why I loved him. This is really impressive.
Harry got really into it.
Yeah, Harry went a bit.
And just at the point where he was loudly shouting about someone getting their head chopped off, and he's showing how it happened, and he kept hacking, Finn turned up, potted. Oh,
Yeah, and Finn was like, "What? This is."
I was like, why are we here?
the fear in
I
his
was
little
hoping
Welsh
they-
eyes.
And then we saw the crown jewels.
Got his cock out.
On his cock out. You know, we went through, and I was like, "It's like this is a replica." And I was like, "This is bollocks. I don't want to see things that aren't things. I wanted to see the things." Do you know what I mean?
Crown Jewels did nothing for me, you know.
Oh no, they got me, mate. I loved that. And then we went into this vault, and I was like, "This is the real shit." So the other thing Charles wore when he got, what's an organated? Is it? What is it? Coronated.
So I done the Tower of London
that.
tour when I went with Tom Horton years ago when he lived in it.
Yeah, but was the
But did he
Queen-
give you the I live here? Was it like a private tour? That lad
Yeah, it
did
was
for
like
me in
fucking
Parliament.
access all areas. Like we were just fucking, we were in his gaff.
Did you see the crown jewels?
Yeah.
All them crowns, man, like, they were sick. Like the Indian one was
The Indian
so
one's the best
fucking cool. I know it's grim, and then at the end, it asks you to donate to the king, and he's got fucking diamond hats.
Sell a hat.
Yeah,
Sell a
sell
fucking
one of
hat.
your hats. But I
Who's going to buy it though?
An American.
India just might just want it back.
An American.
A tech billionaire.
Yeah, India might have the money to buy it back now.
Yeah,
But the Americans bought London Bridge, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah. And they took it down and then built a new because they thought they were buying Tower Bridge.
Yeah, that's the story. Yeah.
But what's the point in buying it?
So they're like, we bought London Bridge
An NFT.
because they wanted Tower Bridge in some part of.
They rebuilt in
non-fungible
Pennsylvania, I think.
Tower Bridge.
Just fucking build a replica. Who's asked? These are the actual bricks from London. Give a shit. Just make a copy.
Well, how much are they worth, the crown jewels? Because
It's
it's not.
surely priceless.
Yeah, but I mean-
physically, the diamonds, I'd say 100 mil.
4 to 6 billion.
I said billions. And
No,
you laughed.
no, but isn't that the worth of what people put a price on? I mean, like the physical.
Yeah, but that is what
parts
it's
of
going to
it.
get sold. It's
Yeah,
not. We're not just ripping it down for parts, are we?
No. 4 to
I think
6
that might be parts, because it says they're considered priceless.
Here we go. I'm sick of hearing priceless. Let's put a price on it.
Yeah.
If
4 to
if
6
people
billion.
are bidding, if we get some Americans and the Chinese bidding, let's fucking pay off the national debt with a hat.
But our national debt's trillions, isn't it?
Let's sell 4 hats.
He's got like 11 hats. Sell 10 hats and have 1 hat.
I'd love
And
it.
he's like, can you donate £10 to the king, please? He's
No,
quite poor.
sell a fucking hat and sort the roads out or the NHS. You can't.
Did anyone give money?
I mean, if you look in the box, it's just full of notes.
Yeah, but I think it's like Five Guys, isn't it? Every time you go in Five Guys, there's a fiver in the tip jar. They put it there. There's nothing else there. There's a
Stuart
fiver.
Goldsmith move.
And then we went to the White Tower, didn't we? We were all lagging a bit there.
That is the OG. The White Tower should be called the Tower of London. All this faff around it. That's William the Conqueror's rude boy.
Yeah, and we saw all like Henry VIII gear and
What? I'd have had more fun potted, I'll tell you that.
Well, I went to the pub and then had some ribs.
That does sound equally good. If not better.
I know I enjoyed it really. Like
No, I had a really good time.
Yeah.
And then I was a goon about
Oh yeah. So there's a piece of art.
I was just trying to enjoy it. I was just trying to enjoy my day because I didn't want to.
Picture of a piece of art, and Harry went.
It's not a piece of art. It's the Bale Tapestry.
This is exactly what we're having to go about.
He's done it again.
Sorry.
But it is a piece of art, isn't it?
And Harry went, oh, that back then was shite, wasn't it? State of that. Hundreds of years ago, it was fucking grim. And Dan went, I think you'll actually find that's embroidery.
You're saying embroidery can't be art.
That has evolved into it's embroidery actually.
Yeah. Within 4 minutes, the story had become me going, I think you'll find that is embroidery. No, it's not. It's a Bale Tapestry. It's not art.
What's that?
It wasn't done for someone's
What's the
wall, was
tapestry?
it? It was some nuns did it to record the William the Conqueror's win at the Battle of Hastings.
Like a
it's the
book?
full story of it. What?
Like a book, innit?
Yeah. No, it's like a wall hanging, like art, but it's not wasn't meant as art. It was
What was it meant as?
a sort of record of
Comic book.
like a comic book. Oh, I'm doing it again. I think you're fired.
What's the difference between art and a record? They haven't just written it down. If they just wanted to record it, they could have just written it down. William did a good thing.
That's what they are.
There's writing
Like
on
that.
it though.
Yeah, that would have been easier, wouldn't it? Just a piece of paper, a nun. William did a good thing. Stick that on the wall. Fucking, I'm not sewing for ages, these cunts.
But I think that is art.
I suppose you could perceive it as art. It wasn't made as a piece of art.
It's decorative, though, intentionally.
Yeah.
That's art, then, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's art. I don't know what you're on about. Yeah, they were doing their art GCSE. It's just a load of nuns trying to get a GCSE.
Carl was getting annoyed because a lot of the exhibits were saying stuff like, this is probably...
The word probably was used too much for me. Probably.
Like in what context? Like what?
So, like, this was probably John's art from the 1200s. And you're like, I want either this was or it wasn't. I mean, I don't know why you put it in there.
This wasn't John's hat.
This wasn't Elton John's hat.
No, but you read it, it's like, this hat was used in the Battle of the Bastards in 1209.
That sounds
this
like-
could have been his hat.
Is that
Like-
Game of Thrones? This hat was from Game of
But
Thrones.
at the end
Oh,
you-
by the way, Henry VIII. What a cock on him. He had.
You have a cock piece, mate.
Did he though?
His suit of
This
armour,
might have been Henry VIII's cock.
because he's obviously Henry VIII, and he's like, I want a suit of armour. I don't think he ever wore the fucker. It's almost ceremonial. And when they got to the cock, he was like, I'm going to need a massive codpiece. It's a, oh,
Like
it is
like it was a piece attached to put his fit his cock in.
Yeah, but come on, he's probably full of shit there.
Did he have
isn't
syphilis and shit? Maybe it was just swollen.
Why are you giving Henry VIII syphilis?
He did, didn't he?
Did
he? Most of them did back then,
He had
didn't they? They
gout.
all
I
had
know
AIDS
I
or
know he had
whatever.
gout.
I think that's Al Capone.
Yeah, it's Al Capone. We were looking at Al
I think he got
Capone's.
HIV.
Yeah, he was the first AIDS victim.
Patient 1, Henry VIII.
Oh, it was a great weekend.
It was nice. What a weekend.
Yeah.
Back to back. Beautiful.
You know, it's been a busy one where we've done 43 minutes of The Weekend.
Oh, why?
All right. Oh, there is a band called The Weekend.
It's a guy.
Oh, it's the guy, innit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's the dude. That was a bad Super Bowl halftime show. I didn't rate that one. Let's have a break, Sis, yeah? Hello, everyone. It's me and Carl. Do you want a microphone, Carl?
Oh,
It'll
forgot
be
me
better.
job.
It's much better when you talk. We're going to talk about Manscaped, our very favourite sponsor. The very best in below-the-belt men's grooming. You do your pubes, you do your beard, and so do I.
Yep, I've got the beard one, I've got the neck one, I've got the pube one, I've got them all. You've got the dome one.
The Dome Shaver is unreal. It's changed my baldy ways. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, if you haven't heard, is the very best pube trimmer in Christendom.
Where's that?
What? I just said it. So everywhere in the world.
Even in
The Islamic world.
Jerusalem.
Oh, 100%.
It's genuinely, like, unbelievable. Look at it, mate. Look at this.
It's just heavy, innit? But in the Scouse sense.
Like, even this, like the packaging, you can just throw that in your suitcase and take it on holiday because you don't want any big pubes on holiday, do you? When your missus is giving blowjobs out because it's holiday time. Look at that, mate.
It's not just for men. It's for lady pubes as well.
Yeah.
And if you're buying a gift this Easter, who doesn't want a pube trimmer for Easter? You've got 2 bank holidays extra. You need. It's the weather's nicer.
The weather's heating up now. You know,
That's where the pubes
you
have
need
to go.
be a bit trimmed down there so you don't get a smelly little gooch.
And the beard hedge is good. Look at your beautiful face.
Yeah, I do this myself. A lot of people go to the barbers to do this, but I do this myself with the beard hedger, and I use the different settings. So I have a shorter mustache.
Yeah.
I go for a 4 on the muzzy and a 5 on the beard.
Nice.
And then I use like the other one for the neck, and it's the best gear. I wouldn't use anything else.
If you get a Manscaped beard hedger, you can look as good as Sensei Carl. Go to manscaped.com and use code WORD20 for 20% off.
And free shipping
Oh,
all over the
wow.
bloody world.
Amazing. Manscaped.com. Enjoy Easter with no pubes. Well, if you're enjoying this episode, you should sign up to our Patreon. Patreon.com/HaveAWordPod. You should sign up. It is the biggest Patreon in the UK, one of the biggest in the world for a reason. If you sign up for as little as £3 a month, you will get an extra episode every Wednesday, early release of the video of the public episode, and then all the specials and access to free tickets. Access to free tickets. We just give free tickets away. That'd be sound, wouldn't it?
Access
There's
to
loads
tickets.
available.
And if we're doing smaller shoulders, sometimes tickets go very fast.
Lock-ins out.
Lock-ins out.
The new lock-ins out. We've got loads of old lock-ins, all the specials, which include...
India,
India.
Nashville, Amsterdam, all the lock-ins. We've just done Adam Day, which is out next month, which was so fucking fun.
We went and looked for fucking ghosts in houses and that.
What
like.
true time.
It's time for another ghost hunt, isn't it?
Also,
I think.
make sure you sign up at haveaword.com/haveawordpod or through the Android app. Do not use
Haveaword.com/haveawordpod.
Yeah.
Do not use the Apple app to sign up for Patreon because you will pay 30% more than if you sign up anywhere else. What you need to do is go on their website on a separate browser, sign up there, then download the Patreon app to your iPhone and then log in.
Yes.
Because iPhones are great.
Patreon.com/haveawordpod. That's where you sign up.
I just want to do a little shout out to our very own Harry Robinson, who did one of the most romantic things I've ever heard.
Where did you get this idea?
You shave your pubes.
He shaved his pubes.
Manscaped.
Do you know, I've never shaved my pubes.
What? You're not allowed to work here with Harry Pubs.
What are you... Wait. What are you talking
Never.
about?
Have you got an absolute bushel?
Yeah, so no, that is a lie. I did it in school, but I bicked it like fully, and then when it started to grow out, it starts to get whiskers and grows through like the holes in your
Yeah, you
pecs.
don't pick your pubes.
Oh, that was awful. So I've just never done it since then. So it's like the Jackson 5.
That is awful. Your partner will
disgusting.
thank you. I know that's the
Can we
saying.
give him
No, but
a
Ellie-
Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra?
That's awful, Harry.
Why is that awful?
That is
awful.
awful.
You know
If
how
I ever
much
shave
more
my...
you get sucked off if you got like a cleaner fucking
Makes your
area?
cock look bigger as well.
I like plaiting it.
I tell you what gets you sucked off.
Would you rather eat a yogurt off wood flooring or a carpet?
She's not eating yogurt off my pubes.
No, but
No,
you're
but
firing
cum.
yogurt at her.
You're not eating the.
Harry,
No, but come.
honestly, it's
Lads, you're missing it. It's a metaphor.
It's not. It's just like the 80s, isn't it?
No,
Brazilian.
It's 2025.
Yeah,
You,
but like
you've got a mullet on the back of your head and on your dick.
yeah.
No, you honestly need to sort that out.
It must stink.
Yeah.
I washed them.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
not
you
like-
do, yeah. But under your armpits stink as well, and you wash them often. So it must smell like under your armpits because it's that airy and sweaty. You
don't want a smelly cock, Harry.
bastard.
You don't want a smelly, sweaty cock.
All right,
Shave
I'll
your pubes.
give me a week. I'll shave my pubes.
Doesn't take that
and
long.
I'll-
You can do it today.
Wow.
Give you a week.
You have to get a man in
And then I'll,
Shocker.
with
I'll
a
come in-
strimmer.
I'll come into work. I'll be like, lads, I can breathe down there. You were right. Or
Honestly-
I'll go, what was the point in this? I liked me bush.
I'm not into that.
Honestly, Manscaped it, mate. Use our fucking Manscaped products. They're the best in the fucking game. And honestly,
We're 20.
get a bit of fucking air.
Yeah.
See, I use Manscaped on my face though. I used it this morning.
So when Harry's girlfriend isn't macheting her way through his pubes to touch his dick, she's become a runner. She's a runs woman.
Yeah, she did the half marathon, which Adam was meant to do, but booked in London, which is why I didn't go to support the half
Right.
marathon.
So you set an alarm. That's why you left the night out on Friday, and you were going to video call a mum, so you were there. But you also did something very sweet.
Was this your idea? Or have you heard this before?
My idea.
It's the fucking lovely idea.
So what I did, I made a minute-long podcast. So I set up an RSS feed, made it like a minute-long podcast that was like, oh, you're about an hour into the half marathon now. You know, I love you lots. All that
Put
kind
it
of stuff.
within her playlist.
Yeah, and then put it an hour into her playlist, followed by like our song. And then when she got there was a bit more motivation. But Dan told Laura, and then that was peer pressure for me to send it to Dan, and now Dan's heard it, and I regret.
Well,
I think
it
it's
nearly made
fucking
Laura
great.
cry.
What
That's
an
how
idea.
sweet it is.
What an idea.
Babe. And you did it in a you did it in a weirdly loving tone. I'm so fucking proud of you, girl. Just keep running.
But what other
Everything
tone can you do?
I don't know. Yeah.
What is,
Maybe-
girl? You are
Something, girl. Keep running.
Are we listening
Like, I
to it
can't-
now?
No.
No, I
it's the
think that
song
was
at the
the-
end of the episode. It's just me going, I love you so much.
But then when I got in the car the next day, Spotify just started playing, and it was that.
What if she just started crying an hour in though?
Did. She sobbed it halfway through the
Oh,
marathon.
that's what you want halfway through a marathon.
Use all your energy and water out your eyes.
Just as you're dehydrated, get rid of some more fluids.
You little sweetie.
But then when I knew that it might get brought up because I showed Dan, I've set it now to like it gets released in 2037. I've like moved the scheduled date because I couldn't take
Like the JFK assassination
Yeah.
files.
So
the Harry Papers.
in 2037, then people can listen to it.
Fucking hell, you're doing so well, girl. Just keep running. Keep running all the way to my massive pubes.
What did you call your
They're waiting
podcast?
for you.
I can't say that because then people will be able to find it.
But it doesn't get released till 2037.
But I'm not sure. I'm not confident in that because Dan got in the car after I'd like set it away and it played for him again.
It's not. You didn't say anything. It's just sweet.
No,
you're
but
just doing the man thing of like, oh, I don't want anyone to hear.
You did say
It made me look bad.
In the middle.
Did I say what?
Mellow.
I said what?
You did say it was gay.
Oh yeah, I can't. You're a mate. I can't be like that. It's so lovely.
No, it is a bit like that. It was like take 7 as well.
Did you have a
Like,
script? Did you have a script or was it off the dome?
off the dome, but then like halfway through, I was like,
Harry Mack.
keep like I'd say something and fuck it up, or I'd get to it and it's like 3 minutes long. It's like there's no rhythm here. She can't run for 3 minutes with me
Oh, she
waffling.
tried to keep a rhythm.
No, you shouldn't
Not really,
beatbox
like-
in the background.
But it's like
boom, 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 keep running.
You're
Ba, ba, ba,
doing
love
so
me, yo.
well.
Keep running,
I'm
bitch.
so
Keep running.
proud.
Keep
Well, I did.
running, bitch. Keep
Oh my
running.
God, has he heard it as well?
Running, bitch. Keep running. It's your boyfriend, Harry, bitch. Keep running. Now you're about an hour in. I done this for you. I want to get sucked off, so I'm going to shave my pubes. Oh, keep running, bitch. Keep running. Keep running, bitch. Keep running. Okay, I'm out of time now, love. Good luck.
Some of that sounded particularly like an old slave song.
Wow, Finn.
It did.
He listens to old
Oh, keep running.
No one else
running.
heard it. No one else heard
slave.
it.
Wait in the water.
That's what that sounded like
Yeah. Are you listening to old slave songs a lot? Yeah.
all the time.
He probably is.
My Spotify DJ's
Cool. Well,
throwing
we're
it up.
going to smoothly move along to some.
Where's your?
Josh Shaw says, you have to hide from everyone in the globe
No.
for 5 days.
I know where I'd hide.
You get a month's prep time and £1 million to do so. During the prep time, no one will track you and you can hide anywhere on the planet. During the 5 days, every adult in the world will be looking for you. How would you achieve this?
Do you know where the 62 starts by Bowden Park?
Yeah.
With a roundabout there.
Yeah.
I'd hide in the middle of that. Because no one's ever looked at it and it's full of bushes. When I drive past, I always think, I'd hide there every time.
I died in the staff room of the Florida property corner on show off.
Just hide in the front door. No one's ever
I reckon any Papa John's in the country.
midday.
Oh, Auntie-Papa John's.
Oh, I do Papa John's.
Uncle John's.
In Penwitham, that's doing quite well, you know.
Why?
Yeah,
I
'cause
think
there's
they've-
nothing else there.
They've
Is
just
there?
cornered the market.
Yeah, no.
There's no Domino's, there's no pizza.
What a bleak place that is.
Actually, it's really on the up.
So you've got a mill and how long?
Shout out Penwitham.
You've got a mill.
You got £1 million. There's a 5-day global manhunt going on.
It only lasts
But
5
you
days.
get 5 days to prep for it.
Oh, I'd charter a plane and I'd land every 7 hours to fuel.
Who's flying the plane?
A pay a man.
But they're hunting you.
I'll fly the. I can't fly planes. Damn. I go to the 62.
It's either a plane or the middle of the 62.
In the prep time, sorry, no one can see me. Is that the thing?
No one knows about it yet, maybe. So
You get a month's prep time and £1 million. During the prep time, no one will track you and you can hide anywhere on the planet. So you get a month and £1 million, and then all of a sudden, your picture is everywhere. And I would assume that it's £1 million if someone gets you. So, I mean, they are going to be motivated. There's bounty hunters coming.
I'm using a Manscaped and I am completely shaving my head.
Oh, you look so different.
And my eyebrows.
I'm not
You
using a
look like you
Manscaped.
did last week.
I'm not using one and just hiding in Harry's pubes. Just getting in there.
you
It's a
changing
bit like
your
a
look?
roundabout.
I mean, I suppose you should, yeah. So, yeah, use some of my $1 million for a disguise, but then kill the person who does the prosthetics for me.
Nice. People have got to
You've
die.
got to, haven't you? Because then, you know, you're a murderer.
No, I got a hitman to do it.
There you go. That's how murder works.
How much is facial reconstructive surgery?
Wow.
Hang on, Harry, one sec. I don't know.
Is it more than $1 million?
No.
Then that then?
But then
You could just-
then
but then-
you changed your face forever.
Yeah, but then I could just. Yeah, but then I've got a.
You haven't got to move spending on facial.
Oh, you think they're
reconstruction
going to
surgery.
change it back for you as well, just as it is now?
Well, if it's 500,000, then I can get it kind of.
Oh, so you're spending all the money for this challenge, and
on
just
the
for pride,
challenge.
and I can just. I can spend 500 grand.
you know what?
Change
I'm
my
skint,
face.
but I won.
Hiding, just be browsing TK Maxx. People don't look at the faces in TK Maxx. I could just be like, oh, that fella looks a bit weird.
You didn't
Looks
realise
like
you
his
could
face
change your face enough without $500,000 so people not recognise you.
Okay, well, just great then. Then I have out I have
Like
extra
shave your
money left
muzzy
over.
and your hair off, wear different glasses and put
I mean,
an
to be
ass
fair, I've showed you my ID before. If I take this off, then I'm unrecognisable.
But where's he going?
TK Maxx.
You're just going into TK Maxx
on. We get
and
kicked
living
out
in
when
there.
it closes.
Yeah. Like-
When it closes.
There's enough clothes that you can hide in TK Maxx. I think. I just hang on the.
Did you say it's a 5-day manhunt?
Apparently, yeah.
I would use some of the money I've got to fly to like some fucking deep recess of America, like Montana.
You go north. North Canada, surely.
No, because you're not very comfortable there, are you? Surely, like,
Why are you more comfortable in Montana?
isn't North Canada really frozen?
I mean, Montana's not warm in the winter.
Uh,
I mean, no one would find you, but you just die.
wouldn't I?
All right, yeah. Just twat bears off, yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, what's the bears?
Well, I'd use some of my money to buy big fuck off Uzis.
Right.
Bears come near me to get Uzied.
So, right. So you've got Uzis, more than one. That's smart. I mean, a lot of people just buy
Or
one
two
Uzi.
pairs.
I just buy one Uzi and get loads of ammunition. That's stupid
so
thinking.
unnecessary.
2 Uzis. Where's your food?
The bears?
Yeah. You go hunting bears. That's
I
great.
just take loads of fucking like coca noodles and non-perishables.
Monster Munch.
Going on a bear hunt.
I could live on crisps and like bread for a month.
I've lived on
It's
it
not
for
even a
about
month. It's 5
44
days.
years.
5 days.
Yeah.
5 days worth of food. A loaf of bread, a multi-pack of crisps, and 5 packs of corned beef.
Great.
Bosh. And some Uzis.
Get that corned beef out
Did you pack your own bags
in the forest. We'll find Adam on day 6. Loads of dead bears.
I would smoke this.
But how are you getting to Montana in them 5 days? Yeah, you're choosing.
And you
them
get a
five-
month prep time.
Oh,
No, it's 5 days prep time.
No, the hunt's 5 days. You get a month's prep time.
So Dan, start again.
Hang on. Start
Do
again.
it again.
This seems
With a month's prep time to only survive 5 days.
this
is
seems relatively easy.
Yeah. You go
Saddam
anywhere.
Hussein did it for ages.
Everyone in the world is looking for you.
Yeah.
No, everyone knows about it. Most people aren't asked.
That is true. Most people have got like the school drop off to think about.
No, but if I went to you, fucking hell, there's a man under here. If you find him, it's a mill.
You're absolutely right.
And you'd be like,
couldn't be asked.
Off I go. You'd be like,
I've got a feeling it's Montana or somewhere more northern.
there might be like in the whole world like 10,000 people who give a fuck. It's dead easy. At least you made that.
I think he's right on the northern. I think Canada though. I think you go even in the wilds.
You not do it more local?
You did the lakes.
Yeah,
Like the Highlands.
I just woke up Snowdon, yeah.
You could just do it in the middle of the lakes.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of the fucking Lake District.
Wasn't
in the
Raoul
hills.
out like 2 days and they knew he wasn't where he was.
Yeah, but Gaza found you.
Gaza found me. I'd just fucking give him a fucking can and he'd be like, we're friends, aren't we, mate?
What's that thing about your mate not knowing who Raoul Moat was?
Seneca's friend Iona didn't know who Raoul Moat was, which blew her mind and blew my mind. So I asked all the lads to ask their ladies if they knew who Raoul Moat was, and they all did. Because he's like a fucking goat, isn't
It's
he?
a varying degrees, though.
Have you seen this Raoul Moat the musical in London?
Fuck off.
Yeah. Have other countries got people like this? Who like, he's just like an enigma, isn't he? He's famous. He's famous, but like no one knows really know why. And obviously he did a bad thing.
We know why.
No, but you don't think
Murderer?
he's like a joke, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A bit
he's-
like Purple Aki.
Yeah.
Like it's
He's a punchline.
infamous,
Yeah.
but
He's a joke. It's like, I remember Raoul Moat. Not like, yeah, he killed people. No one does it about like Ian Brady. You know what I mean? I think it's because of his name.
I think it's because of the Gaza bit.
Yeah, maybe Gaz softened it a bit, yeah.
did Raoul Moat actually kill someone?
Killed 2 people, didn't he?
Oh, shit. I've just remembered the
And then he
Gaza
killed
bit.
a third person himself.
In my head, it's more about fishing with Gaza.
See?
He turned up with chicken and a fishing rod, didn't he? And he was like, we're going to have some fun fishing. Like, I'll talk to him. Come on, mate.
Hang on, he turned up with fish and the fishing rod.
Chicken and a fishing
I
rod.
was going to say, it's quite pointless, isn't it?
Oh, my God. Let's do some other words. Laura knew. Laura knew.
Yeah, everyone
Shane
knows.
Gillis's missus the other day asked me, do we have Native Americans here?
If Shane Gillis's missus had asked about Raoul Moat, whoa, that would
Do you have Raoul Moat here?
Do you guys have Native Americans here? And I was like, no, they're actually native to America.
Well, there's one in Blackpool because he kicked up a big fuss about the Blackpool Illuminations.
He was born here?
No, I don't think. I think he moved from
America.
Oklahoma to to Blackpool.
And he's...
But there was
one here.
in Blackpool Illuminations. There's like Red Indian kind of like that kind of stuff, and he was like, "That's bang out of order."
Christopher
Harry
says,
Corner.
It's Harry Corner. Christopher says, all right, fellas, love the pod, long time listener. I need you to have a word with my mate Kev because he's officially lost his mind. So we're at Mackey's the other night, just a standard,
really. Don't be writing to us.
just a standard lads post pub munch.
Andy Matthews.
When Kev pulls out a Tesco carrier bag, I assume he's nicked some beers from the offie, normal behaviour, but no, this absolute lunatic. This absolute lunatic has brought his own condiments to McDonald's. Ketchup, mayo, BBQ sauce, Dijon mustard.
Sorry, what's sauce?
Dijon?
BBQ.
BBQ, barbecue. I just literally read it. How's it?
KETCHUP sauce.
He's treating our table like it's his own personal buffet station. Now, I wouldn't even mind, but where it gets mental, he start offering them out like a waiter. Sir, would you care for some sriracha on your Big Mac?
This didn't happen.
Mate, I just wanted a burger, not a 5-star dining experience. Then This is where I nearly walked out. Kev produces a glass pepper grinder from his coat pocket and starts seasoning his fries like he's Gordon Ramsay. Who brings a pepper grinder meal to McDonald's?
'cause it didn't
So,
happen.
lads, I'm begging you, please have a word with Kev before he starts bringing a cheese board to Nando's.
Who accepted this to get through the net? This didn't happen.
Good podcasting, guys. Sophie says, can you have a word with my mate Lauren?
Hang on. Do you actually want us to try and take that one
I
seriously?
don't know, but
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, don't do that. Don't take glass pepper grinders to McDonald's. People will be like, wow.
There are people that do the little sauces, isn't there? I know Florence Pugh carries them around in her purse.
I used to have
I've
a
been
Chick-fil-A
followed
bottle in my bag.
Sriracha. She carries around like sachets of sriracha and has them at like Mackey's.
It's wild.
I took the Red Hots.
With that story, by the way, apparently he had this Tesco bag in the pub. This was a post-pub munch. So he's brought a Tesco bag full of condiments. His friends have not noticed that Tesco bag all night. And then they've got to the McDonald's and they're like, what's in the Tesco bag? He's like, oh, I knew we were coming to McDonald's. So I've brought sriracha, ketchup, BBQ, and a glass pepper grinder. Bollocks.
I have peri salt in my bag. Like I do carry peri salt around.
You also carry a little squeezy
Squash.
squash.
Yeah,
You prepped?
I'm prepped.
I honestly wouldn't mind it if someone did this. It makes him look autistic, but you've got
Yeah.
options.
But they sell most of them things in Mackey's.
What?
Ketchup, barbecue, they have them there.
They don't have Dijon bloody mustard.
That is true.
Also, black pepper from a grinder is better than the little shitty packet one.
That is true as
You
well.
heard the tea there?
I did.
All right, cool. That's an important tea.
It's
It's a massively important tea. Well, you're talking bollocks, Christopher, so go fuck yourself. Sophie says, can you have a word with my mate Lauren? When we're on a girls' night out, she acts like Secret Service detail and stops any lads getting anywhere near us.
go away, no, near us.
Fair enough. We're all fellered up. Most of us have kids. So it's not that we want to get off with anyone, but there's no harm in having a bit of a dance or having a chat with someone of the opposite sex. They're not a threat, but she treats them like they're sleaze bags right from the off. Tell her to chill out a bit, please, lads.
Sounds like you're a cock-hungry monster, love.
She sounds great.
It's a bit of both, isn't it? Like, I'm guessing she's just had bad experiences. She's like, I don't want to give any of these lads any time.
Yeah.
But like, obviously, there are lads who just want to, have a nice time. And you know,
It's quite a hard, like if her mate's like really hard line and stuff like this, it's quite hard for her to make the girl who's written in to make the case that to let them over, isn't it? Because then she does look like she's trying to do something.
yeah.
No, I want to talk to them. Like, yeah, like we have like harmless flirts on night out.
Oh,
like
we
because it's
have a-
funny.
There's nothing wrong with a harmless flirt. There's nothing wrong.
Flirt.
It's not even a flirt. Yeah.
Like, we have a laugh. Like, there could be a girl there with like a stupid hat on or something.
Well, that's
Like,
the
oh,
thing, isn't it? That's the thing. It doesn't matter if you chat. Like, if you're on a night out and there's some lads and there's good chat at the bar, that's the thing, isn't it? It doesn't matter if they're girls or if they're lads, because it's just you being friendly and having a good laugh with people. But it's the way, obviously, her mate is like, no, every lad's trying to fuck you. And some of them,
Most of them.
subtly, are trying to fuck you.
Most
But
of them.
also, that's not the top priority. Some lads are just out there being fun.
Yeah.
Do you know genuinely?
She sounds like she's quarterbacking it.
Do you know if you were single again? You. Right.
Okay.
If you had to sort of, go looking for a lover and you couldn't use the apps.
I don't think I'd want to because I'm so not practiced in the apps. I can talk.
No, but this is what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, you're struggling at the minute. To be honest with you.
I do the mouth.
The apps aren't a thing.
Okay.
How are you going about it in 2025? You know what I mean?
Put myself out there a bit more.
How?
Yes, I will go to that party. Let's go to the pub more.
I don't believe you.
No, I mean, if I'm actively looking for a woman, I'm just going to sit in ours, am I? Just turn it on the back garden.
I think you might, Carl.
I think you might.
Give it a go for a bit.
There'll be a post woman at some point.
It's sort of going against your MO to be like, I'm going to go rock climbing more just to find love.
How do you lure women, Finn?
You're an appsman though, aren't you?
You don't lure them, do you?
Yeah, I'm an appsman, but that's mainly because like I think this is obviously an issue that a lot of men face now is that you don't want to come across as that creepy guy on a night out.
Yeah.
Because you see it and you see, like I've helped girls out when they've been like, fucking get me away
There's a
from
way
him.
to do it though.
Yeah.
And if you're struggling with that, then I can help you out.
Go on, give me some pointers.
No, maybe the weekend, me and you. Manchester after the show. Put a shirt on. Show you how it's done.
Oh, you've got the shirt
That
already.
shirt.
Yeah.
I'll put
He's going
that
to
shirt on.
wingman for you. This is invaluable, mate.
I'm looking forward to it.
He'll be the creep, and then when she comes over and goes, he's a creep, you'd be like,
No, because they'd be like, "Oi, women!" You know what I mean?
Don't see me knob. And then he can come over and be like, hey,
whoa,
go away.
whoa, mate. That's a lovely cardigan, but hey, no. Hey, don't worry. I'm not a threat. My name's Finn.
Looking up. She's tall.
6'6".
No, you don't make eye contact. That freaks them out. That's aggressive, that.
Yeah.
It's a different
It's a
climate now.
microaggression. Eye contact.
It's a microaggression. If you make eye contact with a girl, you just can't. Don't make it.
This must be hard though. In this comment, like lads are dickheads, and the girls are like, "I don't want to give anyone his time because you're all horrible." And there's obviously lads who aren't threatening and just want to get to have a nice night.
Is
So
there any techniques you use to show that you're not threatening?
put the knife
It's
away.
like what is it? What is it when you kind of like you're like this?
Yeah, do that.
No,
do that over
no weapons. I have no weapons on me.
They love that. Women love that. They want to hear that initially.
Yeah,
That's the first thing they want. They want to hear the word weapons mentioned straight away because that puts them at ease.
Do you know what I would say? Have a sip of your drink and then take a hanky out your pocket and just dab your mouth. Put it back. No murderers have hankies.
Ted Hankey,
The darts player.
convicted paedophile, just got out of prison. Okay,
Who's
yeah.
in charge?
And it was his daughter as well, just to make it worse.
Oh, wow.
Who's in charge? Me or the devil? The devil, by the looks of it.
And he missed that checkout, so 2-0 to
Hey,
the
so-
devil.
All bad, isn't it?
The devil's got him, mate. Whoa. Yeah, look non-threatening.
Yeah, hankies.
Polish your shoes.
Yeah.
What?
Polish your shoes?
Loads of gel in your hair.
Hang on.
No.
Polish your shoes. Polish. Is that what women want? Shiny shoes?
No, I'm not saying women want shiny shoes, but if a man's shining shoes, he's probably not a
Yeah.
sex offender.
Oh, be a shoe shine. That's how you meet women. Hello, governor. Shine your shoes. I haven't got any weapons.
Only a towel.
I'm not a threat. Never make eye contact. Like a blind shoe shine.
Oh, he's gorgeous.
Who's there? Who's there? On your shoe shine, madam. And your arsehole buffed. Just a little whisper.
See, you ruined it.
What some women do want their arsehole buffing.
Look like you're having fun without them. Like, be elusive.
Yeah.
Just
while
on
you're
your own
shoe
at the
shining,
bar, just-
while you're shoe shining, just start laughing. I'm having a laugh. No eye contact. No weapons, no eye contact.
Who's that guy over there? I was getting taken
oh
up by
my
the
God.
bouncers.
He's got a trade. He's out there working. So you think just be playfully at the bar?
Drop
Just vibing on your own.
or drop
come to
some.
you.
Drop some playing cards.
Playing cards.
You have to buy. You drop me playing card and pick them up. And, and they're like, why is he not
She's like,
playing?
oh my God, maybe he does close up magic
No, it's not magic. You just like, I'm playing solitaire on my own.
with the rhythm of the music.
In the club.
Always take a pack of cards to the club. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Great. No eye contact. Be a shoe shine. Shout, I've got no weapons. Play cards in the club on your own. And
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Dan.
Yeah.
stop going out with your lesbian mate.
I think it's lunchtime, innit?
She might be a lesbian.
Oh, she's cock blocking because she wants it.
Yeah.
Get the chicken thighs from KO Grill. No, Elif.
It's lunchtime. See you in a bit. Great guest today. Enjoy. Now it's time to talk about our collective favourite sponsor. It's True Classic. Now, I've worn some bad T-shirts in my time.
Correct,
They've accentuated the wrong part of my 44-year-old frame.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen with True Classic, does it, Carl?
No, so I am a bit of a bigger boy lately, but when you wear the True Classic tee, it like brings your arms in and then like brings like your chest out and like your belly in. And even if you've not been to the gym, you feel like you have. It's mad. You feel like,
I think social media's been lying to us about this. Oh, the ladies love the dad bod. I think a lot of ladies like a man that looks cut. And if True Classic can help with that, then I'm all for it.
the t-shirts, I haven't got one on today. The t-shirts are boss. They're breathable as well for the spring.
Is that one of your spring summer must-haves?
I'd say a spring must have for me. I've got to go with the True Classic tee.
Nice. I'm genuinely wearing some of their underpants right now. It's not underpants, it's boxer short briefs. They're very good. Smooth, firm, moisture wicking.
But holding, you feel safe in the hands of the True Classic garment.
You do. And also, I was like some jogging bottoms, Steve, that I took home when I wasn't meant to. I've worn them all the time. It's very well-made stuff, looks stylish, accentuates the good bits. It had them bad bits. TrueClassic.com/word to elevate your clothes game. TrueClassic.com/word.
Jimmy Max here.
Such a joy, such a pleasure. All right, I was outside, and this old Liverpudlian woman was with an old disabled man. They were walking together, and she was smoking and pinched, and you can tell she'd lived a hard life. This is what I wanted to say before, but I wanted to hold on to it because it was so beautiful. And all I heard her say was, she said, "You'll tell him yourself because you're a grown-ass man." And this little disabled guy was like, "All right, I'll do that." But that was,
She sounds like a ghost.
that was the North to me.
Sounds like a Jewish New York lady.
It's the best I can do. I start doing Carl Legacy if I do it to my. What do you mean? No. It's dreadful what they've done, isn't it? Hiya.
So bad.
It's so good. It's
Don't
bad.
you try selling the sun around. It was the sun here or in Manchester?
Oh, no, that's it.
Don't you sell the sun around here. I'll kick in your shop window. That's how you all sound.
That is how we all.
So good.
I appreciate it.
Do the whole.
That's all I ask. I'll now be doing Bingley. No, I don't know how to do
Have you
Bingley.
been practicing that all day?
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't work on.
Wait, Bingley, you've met. This is the second time Bingley's come
Can't
up.
stop talking about Sweet Bingley and its glorious music festival.
What? There's a Bingley music
No,
festival?
I just had some family in Bingley, so I got to visit Bingley once.
I mean,
That's it.
it's near Bradford, isn't it? It has to be because of the
Bradford and
building.
Bingley.
Yeah, but I don't know if I've been.
The Greater Leeds area.
Oh, there you go.
That's all right.
I like the.
Why do they like rugby?
Who?
Leeds. They don't go in for association football.
No, they do. They've got
right.
a pretty big, historic, successful
right.
soccer club
I had a
out
rope.
there.
I had a ropey 20 years, but some pretty big success in the past.
Yeah, they had a fucking scrap once between Lee Bowie and...
I've heard about what this foreign owner's done to Reading FC, and I think I'm filthy. These foreigners think they can go. It's Reading. These foreigners think they can come in here, run it into the ground.
Was that the Chinese owner?
Break smart. Yeah, we're going to the Chinese. Now I'm the owner.
What is the plot?
What's happened with Reading FC?
No idea.
Apparently, there's a foreign owner that they're not too
Foreign
keen on.
owner. How have you tolerated these foreign owners? Get rid of the foreign owners.
Is there no foreign owners of anything in Australia?
Man, we don't even. The league owns all the clubs, so the
yeah.
members get to do nothing most of the time. It's also bad. But I think, yeah, you want to own your own. Don't you want to own your own club? Isn't that good?
Yeah, but like Everton have had a Scouse owner for quite a long time, and
Yeah.
he hasn't really served them very well. He keeps selling players, and
You
then
want that
hiding the
Arab
fee.
money in here. You want
dead
that evil foreign money
Yeah.
from Yemen exploitation to come and help.
Ken Wright's dead.
forgot he died.
Apparently, inside knowledge, Everton's
He's not
ground naming rights has been sold to Qatar Airways.
But they're still going to call it the Bill Kenwright Stadium.
It's just in honour.
Foreign owners in football is a massive. It has been for
Yeah.
20 years in this country. Roman Abramovich, all above board.
Okay.
Just nicked about 11 billion from the Russian economy
Incredible.
and put about half of it into Chelsea Football Club.
Well, you should all be celebrating that money didn't go to the war effort and instead went to fancy
He was
football
then
players.
forced to sell Chelsea because he was Putin's mate.
But then
When
he used that
kicked
money
off,
for the war.
English league were like, "Hey, you're not allowed to be here anymore because you have a fucking little brekkie in the week."
How
don't
many
you, with Putin?"
Ukrainians are dead because you made him sell that club and use his money on missiles instead? He should have been spending it on football.
Yeah,
Think
it wasn't. It
about
wasn't the worst
Think
situation,
about
was it? Oh, listen, you've got some of Putin's money. You're gonna have to sell this club.
Yeah.
So someone gave him 6.6 billion or whatever it was. He's like, Mal, you've really slapped me on the wrist there. Thanks,
Is it
boys.
Putin or Putin?
I think it's whatever you want, really.
But
I
which
don't
one?
even say his name.
Like Voldemort. You look like a Gryffindor.
This is the Crows. This is my Adelaide Crows team. This is
I mean the glasses as
the
well.
glasses. Yeah, I feel like I'm a Hufflepuff.
Yeah,
I feel like a nice boy.
yeah. Hufflepuff energy. You'd be a Hufflepuff as well.
I ate it. Third time you said it on the pod. I despise that comment. Just give me Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw are the cool ones.
The smart people.
Yeah.
It's the Chinese one. Cho Chang is a Ravenclaw.
Yes.
Oh,
Are you a Potterphile?
I enjoy all of J.K. Rowling's work, I'd say. Yeah, didn't mind the casual vacancy, didn't make it all the way through. Tweets are fire, hey? Let's crack in. How do you guys... It's funny because you've got like left-wingers here who are anti-trans. That's a big thing, is the Labour anti-trans. That doesn't exist in the rest of the world.
Well, I think what's happened is Labour are quite spineless now and they're sort of for sale. So what's happened is they've got into power and gone, this is generally really a conservative country. Like if you look through history, the country as a whole votes conservative.
Yeah.
Apart from when the Conservatives fuck it so bad that some centrists go...
Once every 15 years, they go, all right.
We'll punish you by going to them for a bit. And then to try and cling to power, what Labour or the left try to do is go, right, how can we keep a lot of our principles, but also keep these Conservatives happy? And the two of the day right now is cutting benefits and letting trans people piss wherever they like.
That's what the Labour Party is making concessions on?
Big posters.
That's how you win the next election.
Nationalise rail again. I'm a big believer in this. The private companies, and I got into a big... It wasn't big for her. I got into an argument with a woman on the train. I ordered my coffee.
Yeah.
And they put it in a bag.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't need the bag.
And she's like, oh, you have to take the bag.
She was like... It's on you if you hurt somebody. I was like, I've never had a coffee in a bag. I've been on trains before with a coffee. I never worried about killing a woman with a hot coffee on a train before.
I think it's more likely that you hurt someone when it's in a bag.
It
so
much more dangerous
safer
in the bag.
to have it in a bag.
What's the bag?
They insist on giving you the coffee in a bag.
As in like in a cup?
Sorry, it's in a cup, and then the cup's in the bag. And you get a little handle. Sorry, it's not. That would be worse.
It's in the bag.
Just a
But the
Tesco's
holder.
bag. Yeah.
The bag is like that big.
Yeah.
It's like an A4 bag. And it normally, like, if you get like a couple of packs of crisp and a coffee, then it would keep it in the right place. But they're just
coffee
putting
alone.
a coffee in the bag. And then you have to carry it like this. And it makes it so much...
You have to drink it from the bag like an old-time wino.
They will not let you
innit?
leave Coach C without the coffee in the bag.
She let me through, but she gave me a stern admonition that any harm I caused, that the railway, like they would not be held liable. And so I've never even... Let's not pretend this is a new cool safety measure that's going to make the world a better place. I've never heard of that before. And then I missed my stop. And the way she looked at me, she was so fucking happy that I missed my stop. I hate this woman. I hate her. Excuse me. I'm still recovering from that.
Do you know what I'd have done, actually? I'd have gone with her rules, carried it in the bag, but then threw the full bag
In
At
someone's
the
face.
woman.
at a woman sat down. And then
Yeah.
they have to take responsibility because I'd be like, I wouldn't have done that if it wasn't in the bag.
See you in court.
I have
Has to be a woman that you throw in the face of.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't discriminate. Man, woman, or trans can get my hot coffee in their face.
That's going to be
Oh, that's equality, isn't it?
That's what we're trying to build towards as a society. Just want you to know this was not a hate crime. You were just
It
nearby.
was nothing to do with what you're dressing like, sir.
It's also a quiz
madam.
answer.
This train ride is dangerous.
Are you
Dangerous train
talking
ride.
that loud? You just sat there just like,
What do you mean?
I will throw this coffee in your face.
No, I don't commentate on my life.
Right.
Not at the time. Maybe I do in retrospect, I suppose, when I come on here and tell you what I've been up to. Oh, guess what I did the weekend? Threw a hot coffee in a man, woman, or trans's face in protest.
You're loving the or trans. The mouth is working overtime there.
Hey, I'm
Hold
just
on.
trying to be
Look at
inclusive,
those
you know?
lips clamping down.
So, James, are you a man, woman, or trans? What are you?
I thought I was a lesbian.
He's a Hufflepuff. We've already.
Yeah.
Sorry, not to be. Those
No, I
two.
did.
Those two need to be
I
separated.
dated a lot of lesbians. I dated many lesbians back to back.
What? They were lesbian going in and lesbian going out? You just like
Sometimes
the challenge?
going in, often coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just
Or
thought,
you did the Great Turner
I've turned a few lesbians.
yeah.
into lesbians?
No.
That's what I thought he was
But
saying.
the secret to dating lesbians, all these men are like just, she just needs some fucking hard dick penis, and that'll bring her straight again. That's what these. That's not how you date a lesbian. Patience, secondhand bookstores, play the long game, rebuild the confidence in men that they've lost,
Right.
like a rescue dog. Excuse me. It's about not being toxic. It's about seeming like a woman.
So you want to rescue lesbian and not like
I don't want to rescue any lesbian. I'm just happy with my sweet lady wife, who I love very much.
who you found in a bookstore?
Oh, I mean, she won't leave me for a man. Let's say that. No, I love her. She gets very angry when I say that. Now, you were in America for a quick change of pace. You've got. Most people here don't want to go to America. I think. They don't find it interesting. They think it's scary. They think it's all. But you have the hunger. You've got I can see it.
I like it a lot out there. I like spending time there. I like the comedy scene there. I like the way the industry works out there. I kind of like too. And yeah, every time I spend any time socializing with, so we all seen you open for Shane Gillis on Sunday. Whenever I spend any time with Shane, it takes like 2 drinks before Shane's like, "What are you doing in England, you big pussy?"
Yeah,
You should be in Austin.
They really love America.
Yeah.
The Americans would be like, "Why wouldn't anyone want to be here? This is the greatest place in the world." And in England, people are like, "Why would you?" It's not that
I don't
great.
think there's not as
People
much
talk it
national
down a little
pride
bit
here.
Yeah.
There's nowhere near as much. And the people who have it are fucking mental as well. Like, there's some
Yes.
normal Americans who have
I've seen
national
This
pride.
Is England. I know what that.
But that is it.
Yeah.
They are the
Sucking on a teenage girl's bosom when you're just a little boy. Do you remember that scene in This Is England?
That's the tea. Is that in the kitchen?
She's like, "Did you want to suck on my tit?" I can't do any of the voices, and I'm going to stop trying.
Yeah.
Smell.
And then he does. It has
Smells.
really nothing to do with the rest of the movie.
But it was so spot on.
I remember that bit.
The first time I did that to a girl's boobs,
Yeah.
way too young, she went, "Don't forget the other one." And I moved over. It was great. I don't even think I fingered her. It was just a...
What was that second bit about?
Don't forget the
Do you
other
have
one.
to?
What do you mean? I just wanted to be a gentleman. She'd got her boobs up.
No.
First pair of boobs I
No,
got
you said,
anywhere
I
near.
don't even think I fingered
She
her.
might have felt sad that maybe she thought one boob was better than the other, and you.
I think I was just going ham on lefty.
Yeah.
And she was like,
She might have thought you were saying she had asymmetrical boobs, and she was like, "Just let me know that they're both."
"Oh, there
great.
is another one."
Yeah.
Great. I didn't even know there was 2.
One boob's enough.
Apparently all tits are asymmetrical. Apparently, like,
Well,
the
yeah,
human eye, it can
no
often be
snowflake
deceiving.
is identical to another snowflake, but I think
You shouldn't be able to see it from a distance.
Yeah.
Be like, wow.
I was letting Sam know, who we were traveling with, about the Page 3 girls. He was shocked and horrified, and then we looked up the history. You won't know about this because you didn't have this newspaper, but in the Sun, they used to put a topless woman.
Are they
on
doing
the-
lots of other newspapers?
All
Well,
right,
no, it was
that's
that and
interesting.
it was the fucking
The sport?
Rag and the Daily Star.
Excuse me, I apologize. I
Daily
won't say that
Star
name again.
used to-
Oh, this is a long time ago. We finished doing that in 2017.
Yeah, but then we were looking
Come
it up.
a long way since
And we were
then,
reading.
James.
It's like in 2004, a law was passed saying they had to be at least 18. No more 16-year-olds with their norks out.
Was that true?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you know what it said on the pages?
Well, I'm told they also changed that because it used to be like, "Oh, she's lovely. Get a bit of that." And
No,
then
no,
in
no.
like the 90s, they were like, "This is Sally. She is a barmaid. She's studying."
Oh no!
Oh, no,
No,
they had a
no,
little
they
blur.
had a little quote from the girl.
Oh,
So in the Daily Star, it would be a picture of the girl with the best pair of fucking
there you go.
bops you've ever seen in your life. Right?
You don't want for words for breasts in this country.
And it
heard
would
it.
say Sally, and she'd like pick a side on, like, you know, Gaza or the war in
Nice.
Ukraine. She'd be like, "I think what's happening over there is awful and it should stop right now. But also, look at my tits." And that would be
That's
like in a
great.
quote bubble above.
And that's how you
Sally's
help. You formed, public opinion.
It's how consensus finally rallied.
I think
around.
we need to find private finance for HS2. Tits. And you're like, God, we do need faster
How
trains.
dare Rishi Sunak have robbed the north of HS2?
What's he done?
Well, when he said it's just going to Birmingham, we're not doing the big one up top.
Runcorn have done themselves up for no reason.
It's the last time I paid any attention to politics was Rishi
Like,
Sunak.
Runcorn
going
can all
like,
dressed up and they've been stood up by the train. Remember when they gentrified the area?
and is it
around-
not coming up here now?
It's not going through Runcorn, no.
he fucked you.
wow.
The Tories have fucked you again.
You
I'm
knew
sorry.
you knew all the prime ministers for about 40 years, and you
Yeah.
said the
That
other day.
was-
I used to read The Spectator and The New Statesman.
So you're just interested in British politics?
Yeah, until I had children and I stopped reading anything anywhere. But there was a
But
while
you've
there.
watched some fucking Bluey.
Oh boy, how good's Bluey? Bluey's our best cultural export.
Oh, it's
Maybe.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Neighbours, Bluey, that's it.
No, come on.
Home and away.
Savage Garden.
Oh, sorry, yeah. That's
Yeah.
Savage Garden Australian.
Yeah.
Shane won?
We got Warnie.
But not anymore.
Steve Irwin.
Rest
Steve
his soul.
Irwin's
Rest his soul
top,
too.
surely.
I'm trying to think of what we've
Natalie
got
Imbruglia.
that's good.
Carmen
I love that you all know Natalie and Brulia. Lady had one big song and it was a
Banger.
cover, and you know it's great.
And
What a
snorted
song!
cocaine off a man's penis.
Didn't know she did that.
Damn it! Have I dreamed this?
Yeah.
Oh, that was my it, James. I
think-
thought you were going to go, yeah, that's a famous story in Australia.
She doesn't even look like Princess Di, and you've got that all crossed up. That's very funny.
And then Princess Di.
Yeah,
I always
it's easy
mix
to get
them two.
confused.
Yeah.
Both
Easy
torn.
mistake.
Vegemite.
Yeah.
But that I don't think that's... No one has
Fine.
it. They know
Very
it's
Very
Australian.
Australian, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but I don't think it's exported because no one wants it over here.
Steve Irwin's the best thing you've ever done.
I was at school the day they told us that Steve Irwin was dead, and no one was shocked, but we were devastated.
Yeah.
We all thought, yeah, at some point.
He was the fucking guy, wasn't he?
Tickling
He was
crocodile's
jumping on a
bollocks.
stingray. You don't say that had negative consequences, but we were very hurt. He was. Now I realize, oh man,
Fucking hell,
there's
mate,
so
it's
few
cool out
Aussies
there.
that
He's
are known
fucking
around the world.
smiling
Ah,
like the fucking monkeys.
Rolf
chucking it.
Harris. We gave you Rolf Harris.
Paedophile.
Well, young and old, I think.
Yeah, but the
Oh,
young-
no,
it doesn't
you
matter if
judge
the
by
old
the young.
existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The young
Yeah, the old
also.
ones, no one's really got a
Come
problem
on.
with.
Come on,
He
James.
did, we're not
Allegedly.
saying he only fucked kids.
No, he did
Yeah.
prison time. He got convicted.
Listen, it was at a time when you could be 16 with your buzzies out in the huck tour rag, whatever you call that. What do you call it?
Haley Welch's
She's back,
podcast.
by the way. She posted again yesterday.
Well, she really apologizes for having been involved in a crypto scam.
But she wasn't. She just basically got told to put her face on it.
I believe that she didn't know what she was doing.
Of course, she didn't. She's
Yeah,
not the sharpest.
there's no guile or malice in that woman.
No, but she's back. She posted for the first
I
time
don't
in
think
3
she's
months.
capable of it.
What'd she say?
It was like a parody video of her being asleep and having nightmares of what's happened, and then going, oh, that didn't happen. And then she put, did I miss anything? As in, like, let's forget about that, hey?
I
And
think it's gonna
most
be
of the
fine.
comments are, we've missed you. Thank you for coming back.
People love that
missed
show.
you. The Hawk Tour girl. I mean, I quite like her, but is that how it works? You just take 3-4 months off and then...
People forget, yeah. Genuinely.
I could use a
No.
scandal like that. I'd love a rest. I love a little rest.
Just 4 months off.
Yeah,
What
big
was that
big
about?
press. Everybody's talking about you. You're lying on a beach somewhere with millions of dollars in crypto, and then you come back and you go, "Whoopsie daisy! Can't believe I've done that. Sorry, everybody.
Can't have the
bless
money
her.
back. It was an expensive holiday.
What are you most proud of Australia for then, export-wise?
Oh man, have we got the Ashes at the moment?
He'll know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't really follow cricket very closely.
I think it's a bit like the sort of voting of the UK when it comes to governments.
Yeah,
It's mainly Australian.
Yeah.
But every 15 years or so, you fuck it up so much. It's the
we
English
do.
win the
Yeah,
Ashes.
we get degenerate. We
We beat that golden age. I remember when I watched that Ashes that when it blew up. and it's like-
2006.
That was
I
a
think we did
gold
some
leader of
bits.
Australia.
It was on
2005.
Channel 4.
like Ponting and Brett Lee and all
But
that.
it was suffocating as a kid because it's the most boring sport to try and get into as a child. And there's no drama because they're just like, we're the best. We are number one. Everyone else sucks. It's like, imagine if you had sucked for 20 years and then all of a sudden you have a great run. That'd be very exciting. I
That's
just
what he's
grew up.
open for, isn't it?
It felt hubris. It felt like, you know what I mean?
They wanted it as well. All that, like the Aussie players
Yeah.
really, they go in there like it's like the NFL.
Yeah.
And I think still we're still like well played. It's just
It is. It's like when New Zealand, so they love rugby in New Zealand.
Oh yeah.
They adore it. And they got so good at it. They love doing that. Very spooky.
Tommy Cooper.
But we just stopped paying attention.
That's
Yeah.
what we should do. When they do the hacker, we do Tommy Cooper impression. Oh, just brilliant. What a comeback.
You'll have little. Did I believe he died on stage?
He did.
Full on heart attack.
By the way, we haven't had a guest like this that has matched our ADHD.
Yeah.
This is phenomenal.
No, it's fine. It's great.
He died and they put the care and I was like, ha ha ha. He's like, no,
No.
he's dead behind us.
Is it live telly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Live on TV,
Didn't know
heart
that.
attack. And it's like, you know, some heart attacks take a minute.
you
Like, they're
talking
like,
of-
oh, think him.
Billy
It's
Connolly.
not one of them.
Yeah.
It looks like he gets shot in the head.
I could never watch it.
He's doing it. He's like, and then he goes, oh.
Best type of heart attack.
He died doing what he loved.
Yeah.
Spoon, jar, 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 spoon.
The crowd are laughing because they think it's part of the act.
Yeah.
And they kept laughing.
And there was a legendary UK circuit comic called Ian Cognito.
Okay.
And he
a
went
great
the
name.
same way about 5 years ago.
A gig in Banbury.
Yeah. But as he was having a heart attack, his last words were, imagine if I just had a heart attack now.
No. Have you seen that woman who got the vaccine saying the vaccine's fine and then collapsing on stage?
No?
Yeah.
It's a great one. She starts stumbling around and spluttering, and I think she's fine. That's what makes it really fun.
But she's literally talking about.
She's like, all these people think the vaccine's a problem. I got the vaccine, and I blah, 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 blah.
Starts doing Tommy Cooper's act.
Oh, you had Ken Dodd. I didn't realize he was a Liverpudlian until I saw him at the. You don't love Ken Dodd?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Love Ken
Yeah,
Dodd.
about his dad's dog.
Wait, what?
His dad's dog's dead.
His dad Don's dead?
Ken Dodd's dad's dog's dead.
No, it's great. I can follow along.
Do you know
What is that, rhymey slang for something?
he refused to pay taxes. And
Ken Dodd?
He stored it in his loft. He had millions of pounds in his loft.
Yeah.
Sick.
In his attic. As you
And then
said.
he went to prison for like a little bit, didn't he? For tax evasion. But like never ever paid the money, I don't think. And then came out and was just like, I'm back. And everyone was like, you'll kill you.
Yeah, that's not the worst thing that a man who was famous in his era did.
Oh,
No.
He
yeah,
was
totally. Bit of tax evasion.
bit of tax
Where's the
evasion.
victim?
Oh man, I love that he was evading tax.
But like really brazenly. Like it was all the money was in his house. He was like, yeah, it's here.
And he used to do shows where he would do his new hour.
Yeah.
And then at the end of his new hour, he would just start his last hour.
Nice.
And then the hour before that, and he would do like 6-hour shows. And he'd be like, just leave whenever you want, but I'm just going to do the hits.
Like Dave Chappelle.
Goat.
Well, I've gotten to see a couple of the Dave Chappelle long shows now.
Right.
And he's just riffing new, very drunk, in a basement in New York or in his place in Ohio.
Yeah, he did it in Liverpool, yeah.
I saw him at his birthday party and a man wore a weird coat. And he just talked about this man's coat for an hour and he's recording everything. So somewhere there's like, and he's dying for 30 minutes. And he keeps going, I'm dying at my own birthday party. But look at that coat. And then he put on the coat. It was a classic. The timing is impeccable. We could all dress him, do that with Israel and Gaza for 2 hours, very drunk, viciously indicating he'd like another drink so he could really solve the problem right then and there. I do 20 and I'm like, I'd like to leave now. I'd like to leave immediately. This is as well as it's going to go. Oh, we have to drag it out for the rest of the show.
I think there's a valor in that.
To like push
Yeah.
it. Oh, get me out of there every time. And I don't want to, I now meet people afterwards because it's nice and they're happy. But for years I didn't do it because I was like, I'm disappointing in the flesh. You know what I mean? You've seen me do my best possible thing, and now hello.
Every now and again we watch stand up in here. It's not that often, is it really, that we watch stand up, especially as a group.
Yeah.
And about 3 or 4 months ago, Adam was like, you need to see this bit.
What?
And it was your Fool Me Once bit.
That makes me feel nice.
And we
I
all
appreciate
sat out
that.
there and absolutely pissed
I think it's
ourselves.
been on a couple of times.
And then quoted it for
And then
weeks.
quoted it for ages.
That
We
makes me
quoted
feel
it.
real
We
nice.
referenced it on the pod
No.
to make each other laugh, thinking that everyone would know what we were talking about.
Yeah.
And I saw someone in the comments go, that Film Me Once bit was great.
Okay.
Thought we just riffed
So I thought I came up with, that was in COVID and Adelaide was weirdly open because we shut everything else out. This is a story of that bit. That's the first time I'd done that joke. I've done it 3 times ever. I did it that night and I recorded it and I tried 2 other times and I couldn't get it to work. And I was like, all right, we'll just put out the one that worked. I don't know why I couldn't get it to work. So I put it out and I checked with everyone. I was like, has anyone done this before? I put it on Reddit. I couldn't find anyone who said
Because in your head as a
anyone had done
comic,
the
you've
bit
gone,
before.
this must have been...
It's
premise is
got to have
simple.
been done before. And someone said Dimitri Martin. I looked up all of Dimitri Martin. He didn't do it. It comes out, it goes very well, and then someone finally goes, David Cross does the same premise. I looked at that, and it starts the same, and then he goes in, after 3, he goes in a different place, and I thought, if I'd known that, I wouldn't have done it, but there we go. And then sometimes people go, you fucking stole from David Cross, you dog. And I felt bad. Then a man from LA started reaching out to me on Twitter, being like, you've stolen my joke that I did 20 years ago at the comedy store. I was like, I've never heard of, you don't have a big following. I don't know who you are. It's impossible. But then it's
Who
like,
the fuck
great,
is that guy?
David Cross, at least. But he was like, you and David Cross have both stole my bit. And it's like, I guess it's just something that's pretty easy to think of.
Has he put this online?
Yeah, he wrote to me on Twitter. I
No,
didn't
I
respond,
mean,
but
is he the guy clipped it? Is it on? All right.
He put his online more recently just to go, fuck you all. And then it's all people in the comments going, but this isn't very good. And he's like, yeah, but I'm the first one who said, fool me once, fool me twice, fool me 3 times, fool me 4 times for too long. Huh? But I unclenched when that happened because it's like, It's a common premise, and I feel good about it now.
It's a brilliant bit of stand-up. Go and search it out if you haven't seen it.
Really go and see the David Cross version.
Oh, it's top quality. Top quality. This guy, Lou, I think his name is. God bless you, Lou. You're a visionary. And you did come up with it first, and I'm sorry that I definitely did steal it from you, Lou. When I was 4 years old, I sent somebody to the Comedy Store to specifically get your act, and I'm glad
that's why they won't let 4-year-olds in the Comedy Store, because they're always stealing stuff.
That's what they say. They say
you see them with the crayons just nicking bits.
But they do have. That was a big thing. Is bit nickery in the store in LA. Who was the guy? Who was the Robin Williams? The story is they had a light that could go on for when Robin was there to let people know, don't do your good material because Robin's here and he might take it.
Yeah, apparently that's
Whoa,
true.
is that
Yeah.
true?
That's what they say.
Sad that, innit? Not really.
But he would do it by
upset you.
accident. He would just be on stage riffing, and then he start doing milk and cookies. And he start doing, you don't understand, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. And he start doing, they sell pussy in a can. Motherfucker be shoplifting. And he start doing, anyway.
Y'all don't understand.
You don't understand. Bernie Mac's the greatest of all time. Never did a special. They've recently released some Bernie Mac stuff. You can't hear what he's saying. It's someone in the toilet is recording it on an answering machine or something. It's
He
appalling.
never do a special. He did the Kings
He
of
did the Kings of Comedy and closed
which
the
is
show. But you can't go and listen to, I think, an hour start to finish Bernie Mac that's not hastily assembled somewhere. If there is, let me know about it. I'd love to see it. But it's a lot of spots.
That's
The
class.
best, yeah.
Is that your dream? Never put a special out and just
No, I recorded a special and then I got food poisoning because I had raw milk. And then I lost confidence in the special and cut 40 minutes out of it.
raw milk.
Unpasteurized.
Yeah, sorry, there's a lot going on there.
Why'd you have raw
milk and
milk?
cookies?
They were selling
Like
that.
straight from the teat.
Yeah, they out of the tit and into a bottle. And I guzzled that down because I was at a farmer's market and everyone else looked weak and soft and liberal. And then the raw milk man looked strong and broad and pure and good. And I said, oh, yeah, I'll have some of that right-wing milk that I've heard so much about. And then I had it. And I had a lefty friend who was like, please don't drink the raw milk. I was like, fuck you, socialist. I will have my unpasteurized. And then just vomiting green bile, shitting green bile. Just huge. I've never had pressure like that, like a hose with a thumb over it. Really exciting stuff, both ends. And now I've become lactose intolerant because it's done so much harm to my gastrointestinal. Anyway, so now I'm off all milk.
How long ago
James,
was
how
this?
did that affect your special?
Well, that was
Like, it sounds like a
that was the
bad
editing week, and I was like, I was like, trust your gut. My gut's saying this is no good. Cut it. This is genuinely what happened.
I love that you couldn't book in a different week to edit it.
I was just like, you go from 2 minutes to 20 minutes. That's it. And they were like, really? We've worked very hard editing this special. I was like, nah, can't do it. I'm sorry. I wasn't on raw milk when I did the special. It was only watching it. So I feel silly.
And you've cut 40 minutes out. The special
Yeah.
that I see, is it Hello America?
Hey America.
Hey America.
Which is my favorite James Brown Christmas song. So when James Brown was really gacked up to the eyeballs and going, have you seen the CNN interview?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
He goes to prison for like 6
man.
years.
Just be
I
careful
don't
because
think
you're
he was there
talking
for
to
very
a
long.
big James Brown fan.
You are a big.
No, you are, aren't you?
I love James Brown. I think he did. He had to have gone with what he did.
He was a very
Shocked if he
aggressive
didn't go to
man, wasn't
prison.
he?
I think. Well, the interview starts with this interviewer in the 80s, I think, going, James, you chased your wife with a lead pipe and shot at a car that she was in. How are you doing that? You're out on bond. He's like, yeah, I'm out on bond. I'm out on love. And then he just starts singing and getting up and dancing. And then he keeps telling her, this is a man's world. And it's one of the greatest interviews. Have you really not? Oh, please.
Yeah, so he did 6 years in 1988 for a drug-fueled car chase and assault, and he served just over 3 years before being released.
He needed to dry out, I think. But in the 70s, when he was on the drugs and before the public violence, I don't know what was going on in the private life, he released a series of Christmas albums where the songs have very little to do with Christmas. So, he does, Hey America, it's Christmas time. It says, Hey America, it's Christmas time. And beautiful dark horns. Ba-ba-do-do-do-do. And then it's just about civil rights. And there's I'm Your Christmas Friend would be my other favorite one, which starts out, I'm your friend, I'm your Christmas friend. And then he gives diet advice and teaches you how to dance. That's the whole song. It's great. So my hope was I called it Hey America, and then people would follow up and go, what's this next one I'm being suggested? It's a Christmas song by James Brown in the 1970s. It's got very little to do with Christmas. Big fan. Huge.
How has James Brown become such a artistic influence on your life?
I think the biggest comedic influence I have is James Brown. I don't know if that comes across on the stage.
It does.
But I listened to
After every
Live at
bit
the
when you go,
Apollo Volume 1. Step back, won't kiss myself. I listened Live at the Apollo Volume 1 was because I used to read British music magazines. I would read Q and Uncut and you had a lot of good Mojo.
Kerrang.
We never got Kerrang. I was not a
The enemy.
enemy, of course.
Yeah.
Hip Young Gunslingers Wanted was how they found the first editors. Excuse me. I loved them. I would buy them more than I would listen to the music. I would get the magazine and read all about it. And they were like, this is the best live album ever, James Brown Live at the Apollo Volume 1. And it's so good. A lot of it is just him shouting about how much he loves hot pants. Like he'll be doing a song and like 6 minutes in, he's done like a long, just insisting that the audience say, hey! And they go, hey! And he goes, oh, he says, hey! Hey! And I had it playing with the cesarean section of my third son when he came into the world. And then he goes, I want to take a minute to tell you all why I love hot pants. I love hot pants. And it's just a long spiel. And in the end, he really builds up to it. He's like, I love hot pants for one reason. The main reason why I love hot pants. What you see is what you get. Hit me! And everybody goes crazy. Everybody goes, it's one of the best
Did
ever.
your partner want that on during a cesarean section? Or did you choose?
She was like,
were
we
drunk.
didn't think about it ahead of time. They said, do you want some music? She was like, I don't know, Jimmy. You pick it. I was like, James Brown. Live the Apollo Volume 1, please. How long will this go for? 35 minutes? Perfect. That's the exact length of the show. It's a great album. I love James Brown. Isn't he great?
He was wilder than I thought until recently. I
Yeah.
watched the thing about him. Yeah, like
I have nothing more to say about James Brown except that interview is. You've seen it. I also found that interview in a
We'll
British music
absolutely
magazine.
watch that in the
he was
intro.
aggressive.
He's just a very aggressive.
I saw him live
No way. That's awesome.
at Leeds. Yeah, at V98 in Leeds.
Wow.
He was on the second stage.
How was he?
Old as
Yeah.
fuck.
Did he have his own big band? He had a
Sweaty.
big band with him?
Sweaty.
He would, from day dot, he was sweating it up out there.
I think with sweat on stage, if you
Yeah.
sweat a bit, you're like, look, it's a little bit hot. And then if you sweat a lot, everyone's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is bad. But then if you just sweat so much and you're famous for it, it goes full circle and you're fine.
Who are
I
the
think
other great
James Brown-
sweaters, you think?
Lee Evans is,
Yeah.
I think he's our greatest
Loves
sweater.
to sweat.
Because he's so, and people would find it endearing. Whereas if you're a circuit act and you sweat that much, everyone's worried you're about to have a heart attack.
When sometimes they do, as we found out. Oh, man. So I'm just great James Brown classic. Sunny, live in Paris in the 70s. That's a good one. Night Train, where he's dancing and throwing stuff. Yeah, you got to sweat. You got to feel. I mean, when I sweat, I feel very uncomfortable and I stink. And I have to hide after a show and I don't want to meet the audience.
Good though.
You don't think I smell good?
No,
you
I
don't think James
he
Brown
smelled
smelled good?
I don't think James Brown
In
was
the
sweating
interview
that
we're
much in
about to watch, he literally tells the interviewer, I smell good.
Gaslighting her. I smell good.
I smell good. I feel good. Look good. Make love good.
Why and when did you move to the States?
Oh, man. I got a job offer that I was subsequently fired from because they looked up my stand-up comedy and they said, no, this is abhorrent. I was like, all right, that's fair.
What was the job?
It was hosting a podcast, but then they're like, this is not a good fit for us if you got a sketch about stabbing someone in the throat with an AIDS needle. I think that was the one that they really didn't like. I think that was the one. about they
Also
didn't like.
woke nonsense.
It's PC gone mad. That'd be crazy if a PC did go mad and start hitting people with his baton. Excuse me. I'd packed up my house in Australia and I had the visa. It wasn't attached to the job. And I got to go to a place called Steubenville, Ohio in the Rust Belt, just outside of Pittsburgh. So I still had like 3 months rent and enough money to live for a couple months. So we were like, all right, we can't afford the plane ticket back home. Let's go. Let's hang out and see what happens. And then on the way over, I went into the mothership and I did a spot and I didn't realize I was getting past that night, but I did. And then so when the money ran out, it was like, all right, well, we better go to Austin and see if we can make anything happen there because it's the one place in America I can work and we've got no money. And it's been pretty good
Yeah.
since then. But that's how it, and I just dragged the young family around for all of that.
Literally last 2-3 years.
That's the last 18 months, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's all yeah, it's nuts. And then
Pretty
to
rapid.
relax, I had to take my wife to the UK, which is one of the reasons we came. I mean, the number one thing was there's a show called The Blondie Way, which is made by he's a British skater fashion designer who made his own sitcom that I loved. And it's been seen by about 20,000 people on YouTube. I was like, I want to interview that man. It's the only reason I organized a trip. And then this was just when it worked out. But I was like, I'll give the wife a holiday. She
And it's
loves
worked
it.
out. You timed it. You got to open for Shane at the O2. You've been
Yes.
traveling
I
around
wasn't
with
booked
Shane.
for that, but I was just like, can I be there at the same time? And he was like, sure.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that not weird? He said, you can get up and do a spot if you want. I was like, yeah, of course. I won't say no to that. But that was not originally I'm not a good man to take to a foreign country to have a good time. You know, I'm not a big party on.
Are you not that guy?
Oh man, I remember watching an interview with Morrissey after a show where he was like, he doesn't want to go out and chase the girls. What's up with that? It's because he wants to, he goes to bed and he reads a book. And I thought that's what you want to do after a big show is just go to bed and read a little book. And then I don't take care of my health in any other way other than not seriously pounding the bevies. I get sleepy. I have like 4 beers and I'm like, all right,
Me?
Yeah, you had a
Lie
couple
down.
of beers
Yeah.
the other night.
couple of beers.
But like
Every night.
since you've been in Austin,
Every night.
have you been traveling around with Shane a lot in the States?
Yes, yeah, I got to see beautiful Minneapolis. Let me tell you about the Mohican Sun Casino in Connecticut, one of the best casino gigs out there. You don't get to see a lot when you're on the road because you're in a hotel room and then you're on stage and then you're back in a hotel room and then
Yeah, it's not the glamour it's made out. Like last year, Jack come and did Ireland with me. So I had Vittorio Angeloni, Alfie Brown,
Love
Jack,
Victoria.
Will, who was our videographer, and me traveling around Ireland. And we were like, we're going to have a week in Ireland. We're going to do so many shows. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
But there was no time between the shows. We would do a show, go to bed after maybe like 2 or 3 pints. And then the next day we'd get up and drive to the next city, do sound check, do a show.
Yep.
2 or 3 pints, go to bed.
That's
And
it.
you're seeing none of...
Not getting to one museum.
No.
Not getting to one IRA monument.
And they're the 2
Devastating.
things we really wanted to
Yes.
do. So we're going to go back next year, do less shows and more days.
Anytime that I've quit drinking for a couple of months and still been going out and doing stand-up, I'm shocked the extent to which how much I feel bad in the morning is the stand-up and not the drinking. Like I feel hungover after a show if I don't. I feel terrible the next day after a show. I don't know if anyone else.
Really?
Yeah, no matter what, I'm like, after the anxiety of doing a show at night it wrecks the whole day for me.
So used to it.
From
It's
like-
probably not
really?
good for you. Yeah, adrenaline spikes at 11 o'clock at night. Can't
I'm
be a
accustomed
great
to it,
idea.
but and then you have a night off once in a while, and you go, "What am I doing? I'm awake at 11. I haven't had. It doesn't feel like I was going to die. My body hasn't gone into a fight or flight response.
yeah,
flight
I
or
used to have that. Yeah.
Flight or flight?
Flight or flight. I'm flying. Either way, I'm not a fighter. I'm a Hufflepuff.
I think that's about time for a little break. Mainly because I need quite desperately to go and do a violent shite.
Good. Did you get that? Johnny Innuendo's back. Hello, everyone. Very excited to announce Dan's Anthems is on sale now. I've wanted to do this event for ages. Adam's been doing his country all days. They've been smashing it. We're going ahead. We've got a great venue, content where they do bongos, bingo. We've got Sunday, the 20th of April. It's Easter Sunday. So you've got the next day off. That's a bank holiday. Come and have a day rave. I mean, it's a day. It starts at 4. So you can do all the family stuff for Easter and then come and have a dance with us 4 till 10. If you need to get home early, if you need to get trains, you can get home. It's a very reasonable amount of time. If you've ever gone clubbing, if you enjoyed raving back in the day and you haven't done it for a while like me, come and get involved. If you've still got a great social life, just come and have a massive night out with all the lids. And it's not like hard techno or anything like that. We're not trying to be cool. Just club classics, absolute bangers, all the good dance music that you know and love. With me on stage curating a DJ set. We've got Felix Leiter DJing. Johnny Bongo is DJing, our very own Charlie. It's a great lineup of music. It's going to be an incredible event, very welcoming, very inclusive, but a lot of fun. So, tickets available now in the episode description. Dan's Anthems, Sunday, the 20th of April, 20 quid. Get on me.
Most babies come out crying, Dan. I came out laughing.
That'd be so.
It's not true.
So disturbing.
Genuinely.
They don't even smile for weeks.
No, I
It's
came out laughing.
devastating. You put all your time and effort into this baby to be born, mostly the woman, but the man can be there too. Then they won't even smile at you. Do you find that? I was very depressed when my children wouldn't smile at me.
For months.
Ages. Way too long.
I think the first 6 months you really feel pointless. I mean, not financially. You
Some-
feel very important
Some
financially.
ladies, yes. Very. Some ladies love it. Some ladies like love a baby and they get sad as they get older. I'm so happy for the kids not to be babies.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
That's what my mate
Helpless.
Alfie
No
says about having
personality.
his kids. He's like, I love having kids. I hate having babies. Don't let me have another baby because it's the kid's not worth the baby.
See, the British aristocracy got it right. You need a milkmaid. You get some humble northern woman to come in with her milky jugs, take care of that portion
What
of
would
it
she
for you.
sound like, James?
I've got nothing. I've got nothing. No, I can. Oh.
Fucking baby. They got tennis. All my
Fucking
Australian accents are
baby.
just based on Thomas Green.
Yeah.
Do you know Thomas Green?
Of course, we started out in Adelaide together.
Did you
and
really?
He's made good over here.
He's
I'm very
done
proud of
really
him.
well.
One of
Yeah.
my boys.
But he's like this lovable Pomeranian like
Yeah.
person. And everything's like,
Indefatigable.
you can be like, oh, by the way, you are called Thomas Green. He's like, fucking what?
Sorry, what do you mean?
Don't
by
mate,
that?
mate.
I just wanted to make sure I said it right.
What did you just say?
Indefatigable.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You did say
Yeah.
it wrong the first time.
I think someone's going to have a 4
I
month
always want
holiday.
to say that word, but I always risk. It's always a risk. Yeah, there's a couple. No, I won't go down there.
Now, yeah, if you want to. James,
There's a word that means cowardly here in Britain that has no root back to the Latin word for black, but you're still not meant to say.
oh, no, no, that's
No.
not. Yeah.
So I haven't been saying that.
Oh, good.
It was just Grenfell Tower's tower. What singular tower?
Yeah.
Kick these Tories out.
I don't know what that word is.
Which?
Where these and
Let's not dwell. Now
You-
we've got a special segment. I'm sorry.
It wouldn't take much thinking.
Okay, I won't think.
All right,
It's the one you're thinking,
Yeah.
and then delete.
but it's got a totally different etymology. It has nothing to do
Yeah,
with
yeah.
that other word.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But everyone just avoids, just to make
I think
sure.
that's. I'm happy to have that be one casualty of
Yeah.
the woke agenda. If we lose that, it's fine. You know, small price to pay.
James, we've got a feature, and
Yes.
we threw out a slightly different one for you. We threw out Room 102.
Are you hearing something?
Yes.
They are. I'm not. I'm not.
I don't know if you got Room 101 back in the day. I don't know if it made it over to Adelaide.
We got George Orwell's 1984, but I did look up the Tony. It is Tony Slattery. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, he's Scouse.
He's so funny, and he was on.
Room 101.
He had an episode of Room 101, but he was also, I knew him from Whose Line Is It Anyway, and he was my favorite one. And I just thought, I'll be seeing more of him throughout my life. And then I think he became depressed and didn't do things, but unbunbelievable talent.
Whose line is it anyway? Early 90s was
So good.
the best.
I was a day off school sick TV
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. I also love that they would always say, and now our pianist. And then the piano player would play, but they'd call him the pianist. Like, it sounds like penis. Anyway,
Worked for me.
that did it for me.
Early
And then the
90s.
American version, even though they had many of the same guys, and also Wayne Brady was very funny, different stuff. There was a lady named Jodie who was on it, I think, with big hair. You know who I'm talking about? She was so funny. And she and Tony would have a little sexual frisson.
The modern version of it is hosted by Ross's,
didn't know
like
they-
Charlie from Friends.
I didn't know there was a
Yeah.
Charlie from Friends.
You know Ross's paleontologist girlfriend?
Yeah.
She hosts Whose Line Is It Anyway now?
Strength to strength.
Yeah.
The most memorable seasons of both of those shows.
So we, in an unrelated segment, have got Room 102.
Nice.
So if you want something, a concept, a thing, anything you are displeased with, if you
Yeah.
just want to fire it into the sun, into the great abyss, and exclude it from existence.
IVF. We got to get rid of IVF. Obviously, anybody watching who is born of IVF or is infertile, you have a beautiful right to life, and God bless you. But we got to get rid of IVF as quickly as possible.
Why is that?
It's going to open up a terrible can of worms. I mean, this is like nuclear weapon level. Elon Musk is using IVF to make a whole generation of children. It just occurred to me a couple of years ago, and I didn't even say it out loud because I thought it was so evil someone would do it. But if you are a billionaire, you got 10, 20, 30 million dollars to just throw at a lady, you can just buy a child. You can buy, and you don't even have to have the fun of the pleasure of the making it happen. Or
You
be
can just
limited
give us
by-
some of your cum and
you
some
just give
money
it,
and
you just go, and
have me a
you're
baby.
raising him, or you're raising him in my special academy. I think this is evil, and we got to shut this
hang
down.
on. Pump the brakes.
Got 16 kids, hasn't
Elon is
16 known children.
Has a Musk Academy of his own offspring.
I believe there's a compound.
Wow.
This is what I have been led to believe.
And it's all kept women, isn't it? Because they're like, yeah, I'll be financially stable forever.
Thank you, Elon.
And men have got enough spunk to populate every woman's pussy on the planet.
One cum could regenerate 1 billion people or something.
Yeah.
A single cum. And I think this is dreadful. I mean, what started out as a thing where people went, this poor couple, she's spent a long time on her career and now she's 42 and blah, blah, blah. Billionaires are using it to create Genghis Khan style generational genetic impacts. Shut it down. No more IVF. Adopt.
What about
All right.
you can use it a maximum of 3 times in your lifetime,
No,
and it
it'll
has to
just-
be with the same partner?
They're going to Thailand. They're going to Thailand. They're going to the Philippines. They're going to...
Oh, is that the cheap IVF?
You
Because
get that
around
budget
here,
IVF.
if you want hair or new teeth, it's Turkey.
I've heard about the Turkey trip.
But you go for
I've got a buddy who went to Turkey.
Take your
and
teeth,
got some
Thai
hair.
toddlers.
nicely done.
Thai titties. We know about the Thai titties. That's the cheap plastic surgery. Yeah, Southeast Asia is where you go for us. You guys go to Turkey. Do you know London? I don't know if this is true. But I was like looking up all the mosques because it seems like there's a lot of mosques in London.
Yeah.
People get pretty uncomfortable about that. And then I was reading all this like government stuff. It's like, there's not that many mosques. Yeah, they said there were 2,000. There's 1,600. What do you say? There's not that many mosques. But I think like outside of Turkey, London is the city with the most mosques in the world. Maybe that's
I
just
think
'cause they're
Saudi Arabia
smaller
might have
mosques.
something to say about that.
I think they might have like bigger mosques or something, but you've got like lots of small mosques.
We've got small independent mosques. They've
Yeah.
got like one big
They've got
supermarket.
great big mosques.
478 mosques in London.
It
That's
might
a
be the
fact.
whole UK, excuse me.
Still a
Well,
lot, still a
and
lot.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I've noticed. they exist. And why is that never on an episode of Doctor Who? You know, why did the Beatles never write songs about that? How come you're all ashamed of your mosques?
Did they?
Did they do any Islamic?
Penny Lane, it has a mosque, it has a call to prayer.
Is there any reference to the mosques of the UK in the Beatles albums?
It's not going to be as good as that.
Oasis isn't singing mosque songs. Liam might have a couple ready to
They're also
go,
not
but
singing church songs.
nah, there's often like little allusions to St. Paul's or is it St. Paul? Yeah, you mentioned some of the nice churches, but
There is
I read the news today. Oh boy!
Oasis have got the Hindu Times. We
3,000
talked about
Muslims
that.
in Blackburn, Lancashire.
So I never understood that. Why have they got
Mary
the
Poppins,
Hindu
she's sitting outside on the church step. Feed the birds, tuppence a pound. Tuppence, mosques are bound. Who knows? You know, it's just.
It's this.
I just want it acknowledged that there are, and by the way, I'm happy about it.
This isn't Room 102,
I
is
say, oh, sorry. No.
It's
You know
not
what?
Room 102.
You know what I'm
mosques.
putting in the bin? Cultural amnesia about the mosques. Embrace the mosques. Get around the mosques.
You know the Hindu Times?
Yeah.
Is that a song?
Yeah.
And is it about a newspaper called the Hindu Times, or is it about the times when everyone was Hindu?
That's now.
The title is about the newspaper. The song's about getting high.
They're mostly about getting high.
Yeah.
Where
best
were you
songs.
when we were
How
getting
does it go?
high?
And I get so high, I just can't feel it. Down, 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 down.
Little
Why is it
sitar
called the
work in
Hindu
background.
Because the next line is Hindu Times.
When he was high, that's what he said. That's what came
It's
out.
Hindu Times.
Something else to get rid of. Speed cameras. In America, they don't do them.
Don't exist.
Get rid of them. It's great.
There are no speed cameras.
Everybody
in
speed.
America.
No
They
one knows the
invented
speed
them.
limit.
Speed cameras in
I'd
America.
say that, but I don't think that's true.
They
I think-
invented them
I
and
genuinely
then
think it was.
outlawed them.
I think it was a European guy.
Why are
I
they
say on
outlawed?
stage that it was American, but they say it's unconstitutional in Texas. So state by state, some states have them, a lot of states don't, and you all just if a cop doesn't see you going way too fast,
Didn't happen.
there's nothing that happens. So everyone's just going 10 miles over the speed limit and they're happy. You drive to the conditions. If it's rainy, you want to slow down because the roads are not very well maintained. But it's good. You don't have to. looked out. I couldn't do this in London.
You know how
'cause
excited
don't
I get when I
drive.
realise there's no speed cameras for a bit?
No speed. And when you get home, you go like,
That's
did I get
all.
pinged today? Did I get done? No,
No.
I didn't.
Yeah, but hang on. It's great when you're like, oh, I'm on a road with no speed cameras until one of the little yellow sunshine buses.
That's
It's
the only
parked
time
up
I've been done.
temporarily.
I've never been done by a camera. I've been done once by a temporary.
But that's fair game, innit? That you got caught by a man. I'm not getting caught by a fucking robot.
I don't mind
box who
getting
lives
caught
in
by
the
a
sky,
man.
mate.
That's when
Don't
people
send
go,
a
"Oh,
robot do a man's job.
I don't use Waze. You're like,
Yeah.
use them. It's the way. That's the better. It tells you.
Are there more deaths on American roads though?
It's 4 times higher per capita. But the important thing is that it feels nicer
Here we go.
than
They've
the
got
UK.
their rights.
Yeah, it's twice
you
as
can
much
get
as
everywhere
Australia,
quicker.
4 times as much as the UK. All right, next one. Here's my idea. We get rid of economy seating on planes. It's gone. And we get rid of business class. This is my idea for an airline. Middle class air. Every seat is somewhere between the nice ones and the bad ones. And it's going to be a little bit more expensive than economy, a lot cheaper than first class, business class. And you all get
Like cinemas now.
James, I think this exists. It's
who?
British Airways.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Can't you get like standard premium on planes now?
Yeah.
Not on Ryanair.
No.
You
I
guys
think-
might be doing it better than the Americans.
I think
are
get
doing
rid of the seats entirely because I'm so much more comfortable just like lay on like the wall.
it. You know what?
You know what I mean?
This was a thought I had because there's a lot of space up and down on the plane.
Yeah.
Hammocks. Suspension hammocks that you're not going to hit the walls. If you go hammock plane. I've been thinking about this for a long time. Big believer in the hammock plane. How come no one's got hammock plane?
Taking off would be roping.
Have you ever seen the
be a
interview
bit
with the fella
difficult.
who owns Ryanair? What's his name? Fucking Tommy McFly.
Not McTominay.
It's Tommy McFly.
What's his name?
His name is
very
Tommy
Irish.
McFly.
Michael
Michael
O'Leary.
I was close
Yeah.
with Tommy McFly. Anyway, he wanted to make a standing cabin and a seated
I
cabin,
remember reading about this.
and it would be $1 or euro or whatever for the standing cabin. And he's like, I guarantee we'll fill a standing cabin first. And he also wanted to get rid of one of the toilets on planes. So he was going to charge to use the toilet on the plane because then less people would want to use it. So he'd only need one rather than two.
And it would bring everyone's ticket price down.
Yeah.
Because they have like 5 more seats.
The standing class to Dublin would be fine.
yeah.
You just sit on the floor?
But man, I've heard of the Airbus, but that's silly. All right, next one. I got so many. This one's too long a word. Automotive-centered urban infrastructure. But
Say that again.
walking around Liverpool on the way here, it's great. It's like it's an old place, so it's built for the horses and legs. And all these big new places, it's all freeways and spread out and shit. You should be able to walk everywhere. Get rid of these highways in the city. Walking places.
You been to Venice yet?
Swimming too. I've never been to
No,
Venice.
Venice is better because there's
believe
no
it.
cars.
I saw Death in Venice. I don't know if you know about the movie or the book Death in Venice.
Poirot. I know about
I
Poirot.
thought you meant you said
No,
something
no,
about
it's some German. Anyway, Poirot is the literary book is about a man who discovers he's a pedophile and falls in love with a boy on a beach and then just slowly dies. Nothing happens. It's not as cool as the Poirot one. Anyway,
it's
I was
similar
afraid
to
of
the
going to
Poirot.
Venice after reading that book.
Hang on. So how have you found the States for that? Because like you have to
Dreadful.
drive everywhere.
New York, you can get about. That might be New Orleans. You can get about the old ones, but like Austin is just it's just like 8 highways and malls that go on forever. It's
it's so spread out, Austin.
And you have to get an Uber.
you can't live if you don't drive. My wife doesn't drive, and she's finding it really hard. And just to be in London, and she's like trotting about Camden Town, buying tea towels at King Charles. It's so nice.
So that's what you want from America. Tea towels of King Charles and Camden Town in every
they
city.
love the monarchy, and not for themselves, but like that. All their glossy magazines about the drama. It's all Meghan Markle, and it's all how good's Kate. Don't we all love Kate?
She
We all
doesn't
love
want a
Kate.
podcast.
Kate or Meghan?
The King's just done a
Yeah.
podcast, hasn't he?
Has he started a pod?
Is that
Will
what that
everyone
was?
just fuck
Yeah.
off from ours?
He's done
the
an
King has
Apple
started the
Music show.
podcast, yeah.
He's on Patreon.
And he's
Just Patreon.
he did his favorite music like list for Apple podcasts,
Why are you trying to make the king?
and his favorite is Beyonce, which is how he says it.
Really?
Beyonce. I love Beyonce.
He also loves The Locomotion by Kylie Minogue.
It's a great
Yeah.
song.
It's a banger.
Yeah.
That's
Same
a good-
production
she's a good
team as
export.
Spin Me Right Round Like a Record.
Well, he's
And,
the descendant of Nazis, isn't he? So he's going to love a song about trains.
What? He's the descendants of Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Undisclosed. I mean, Matt, yeah.
German,
Question.
isn't he?
What?
No, that's
Bitch
pre-war.
mum was a German.
Oh God.
Bitch.
No, is
I
how
stand by
dare
that.
I won't have that. I won't have that talk about our beautiful
She wasn't
late
beautiful.
queen.
She was a dog.
She was obviously the sister was better looking, but she was great.
Bitch.
She's a
dog.
great pint.
There was hot young queen. There was early on coronation queen, good looking queen.
Good song.
You wouldn't turn your nose up at coronation
Billy
queen.
Ocean.
I would.
1948 Queen. No, you'd be into it.
You'd be happy with that.
No, I'd have fucked her.
There you
I
go.
won't have that. You would treat her with love and respect.
No, if she like
I reckon we should-
consensually, if she wanted to fuck it, I'd have given her a fucking good old nobbin, you know?
What's
The highest respect that a man from this town can pay is I'd give her a good old nobbin. What about, has anyone said cancer on this yet?
Yeah.
Get rid of cancer. Thank you.
Well done.
Little too late for
I
me. but-
got heaps more. Bras.
No, some bras.
Is there any link between the two?
No.
Okay.
Income tax. Let's get
Yes.
rid of income. Now that I'm doing a little better, let's get rid of the income taxes.
Because you're earning more.
I'm earning slightly more.
All right.
And I mean, I used to
get
earn
rid of
nothing.
bras.
Sorry, bras.
Bras.
Yeah.
Is that just because you're a titsman? You like
I just think we should let ladies be comfortable.
No, I
Well,
like bras. Bras
from-
make boobs look good.
no, but as soon as my wife gets home, she takes her bra off.
Yeah.
Who's the bra for? Just let them go. They're all right. No one's asked.
That's
They're
the
nice
white
boobs.
burqa.
No, but like they can
Burqa
fit,
comes
like,
off, the bra comes. What?
like if you had two
Beautiful.
bags of sand strapped to your chest, you'd want them tight, wouldn't you? Because you wouldn't want the fucking.
Yeah, Laura's big old.
I don't know. We've all got
Just
penises.
sitting on the couch.
Nah,
not
we've
even
all got
moving.
penises, and the boxer brief has become very successful because you don't want to be strapped high and tight with the
Yeah,
penis.
but bras
you
are
want
just
some
boxies
looseness.
for your tits, aren't they?
The boxies?
We say boxies rather than boxes.
Oh, excuse me. Boxies.
Bras are just boxes for your tits.
I think a sports bra, maybe. I think old-fashioned underwire is a tighty-whitey.
True. But I don't differentiate between the two. I just think if I had a massive pair of tits, and not just like these man ones, if I had some proper lubberdubs,
As we
if I
tuck
had
the
two
cardigan
fucking-
over the problem
I'd
areas.
want them strapped up for the day. You can't go jogging with your tits out.
No, that's a fact. You need the sports bra.
Laura's
for that.
always jogging. That's it. I say that.
Can't imagine walking down the stairs and it's just like
Shit on the couch like this.
stand up with a.
These are huge tits we're talking about.
Let them run wild and free.
Let them go.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't mind them being out and about. I'm just saying if they were my tits,
You
I'd-
run for the bus, you give yourself a concussion. All part of the fun of life.
No, I think a tit coming out of the bra is good.
Oh, it's one of those things where it's
a good visual.
It's worth the pain of wearing it for the pleasure of taking your bra off.
And also it looks good.
They are good, aren't they?
Tits are great, mate.
All right, not a
want 'em
popular one
covered.
in the room. What about meth? I want to get rid of meth. That was in there with cancer.
Have you tried it though?
I've heard enough stories, but I'm a downer man.
Oh, see, I'm an upper gentleman.
I always want to go to bed, but I remember in
I just
my
like a pint. I don't
in
know
my
what wine
20s,
that
I
is.
would a glass of white wine and a codeine and a bath.
I know, but
That
crystal
is
meth.
number
Crystal meth
one.
does sound appealing, though, doesn't it? Because it's like really strong and
Crystal,
you're dead,
yeah.
yeah, and then you're really high.
Yes.
But also, you want to go on adventures.
It's made homeless people very scary.
yeah.
Can you
'cause-
imagine there was a time when homeless guys had just had a couple of too many gin and tonics? You know, that's not scary.
That's pretty much, yeah. Over here, they're gin and tonic and heroin. And both
Yeah.
of them very, very sleepy.
I don't know. I had a guy on going southbound on the Northern Line who had an eye tattooed onto his head and tried to sell me a lemon tree. And I reckon he was on something a little stronger than the gin and tonics.
full fat.
I think he
tonic.
might have had
Not
a couple of coffees that day. Yeah.
Is there any meth over here? Am I very blind?
I think there is crystal meth, but there's not the epidemic that
You've got
is
cocaine.
taken
Cocaine's
over.
affordable.
Heroin's
Yeah.
everyone's crack is doing good numbers.
no, but homeless
heroin's
people
doing
aren't
really
doing
well.
cocaine, are they?
No, because it's too expensive. It's heroin and cider.
Heroin and cider?
Great album.
It sounds more like a clothes label, actually. You get like an outsider's store.
Would no one try crystal meth just once?
Isn't it?
Not even once. That's
By
their
the
big
way,
thing.
By the
That's
way,
their-
when you have crystal meth, that's not the end of your life instantly.
Sure.
You know what I mean, people treat
you've
these
got addicted.
super hard drugs. Can we get some?
But you've got a really addictive
I
personality.
mean, but not so addictive that you're like, oh, I've never tried crystal meth before. Oh, I've had some crystal meth. I'm
no, I
not
think
like
you could do that.
No, it takes a while. They call it getting cooked. Got some friends who've been lost to. So you start off on meth and you're having a nice time and you're getting your Rufus Wainwright crystal meth type binge.
Nice.
But then once you get cooked, the brain never really comes back and you want to stop before you get cooked.
Right.
But
long
when
does
you
it
start seeing patterns in the QR codes in the bus shelters,
How long does it take to get cooked?
no one knows. Different for everybody. You never really know when you're going to get cooked. And you get cooked. Oh boy, when you see it cooked. Oh, I haven't. That's been one of the nice things is the homelessness thing in America is through the roof, and it's quite charming. The homelessness out in the UK by comparison, it's
When Shane came on,
polite.
now 3 years ago, we talked about the sort of heroin problem was it Kensington in Philly?
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
Kensington Avenue.
And he showed us a video, and you're like, oh yeah, that's definitely worse than we've got.
Yeah.
People
You just have the odd fella who comes up to you in the street here and lies about why he needs the money.
We've got a few of the heroin troops, the gangs, the little smack gangs,
Yeah.
and they did.
Oh, the
there's
Scots
like
seem
6
to
of them.
love it.
You never know what to do.
Scots go in for heroin in a big way, is what I've heard.
Yeah.
They
Apparently.
love it up there.
Yeah, you've seen the documentary,
We had a
Train
guy,
Spotting?
I think, pretending to be blind. Possibly not. I haven't seen the documentary Train Spotting. We had a guy last night. We were walking through Camden Town, and he had his stick, and was standing in the middle of the road, and he made comments on how he looked directly at us. So I don't know how blindly he was, but he said to Sam, my friend, he said, "I hope you never go blind. I wouldn't wish that on you." And then he turned to me and he said, "Not you, I was talking to the other guy." I would have given him cash for that. I didn't have any on me, but
So a homeless person asked me for cash the other day, and I said, "Listen, I haven't got any." He went, "Yeah, none of you kids carry it no more." And I went, "Mate, I don't see if I could." He went, "Well, you could just send me money to my bank card." So I ended up sending him money. to
Nice.
his account. But now I think he's got my details now.
you call them cash points here?
Cash points, yeah.
In Adelaide for a while, people would go, "I don't have any money." They go, "It's all right, I'll walk you to the cash point." Or the ATM, we call them. It's like,
I mean, that feels like a mugging, doesn't
it's
it?
closer to a mugging, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
I'll take you there. You can get the money out for me.
And then you can go.
Doesn't feel like charity anymore. Feels like a difficult. What about modern architecture? Get rid of that. You guys got great stuff. You guys
Yeah, I've got
you
good
got
stuff.
great old stuff. In Jerusalem, like these dark satanic mills, and now it's like, fuck, that's better than anything that's getting thrown up now. I love these dark satanic.
What's the
mills.
oldest thing in Australia? Like, what's the thing? Like,
structure?
as in, like, a place to go, like, culture, like, to go and see?
There's one story about, this might get me in trouble, but when they first landed in Botany Bay, the Europeans, interrupting 600,000 years of First Nations stuff, they built, I don't know, it's a long time and I don't know how long it is. I think it's like 100 and something years, 100,000. It's been a long time.
Okay.
Long time. And they were like showing the Aboriginal First Nations peoples all of their thing. They were like, "Oh, look at this. We got glass." And the Aboriginal guys were like, "Yeah, you can see through it. Okay, it's water. Water does that." And it was like all these things, and they weren't impressed by any of them. And someone was walking around upstairs in one of the first houses they built, and apparently they were like, "Is someone on top of me? What is this?" And they're like, "Stairs. Look at that." And it was the only thing that they were impressed by was
The concept of a first
the
floor.
concept of a second story.
Wow.
Yeah. Read that in a book about architecture in Australia. Don't know if that's true. Don't know if that's a hateful rumor. Very touchy subject in my country. Also, stairs are cool. I mean, Australia, we other than that one, we don't really do stairs because we've got so much land. It's all spread
But is
out.
there no cultural-
Here, stairs everywhere.
Is there no cultural place to visit in Australia at all?
It's old. You can go to Captain Cook's house that I think they moved over from the UK. And Captain Cook discovered us. He came out from and people protested on Australia. They're like
Piece of
colonising
pan.
filth. It's Captain Hook. This is Cook. I believe Captain Cook is also in Westminster Abbey, which I saw and enjoyed.
By far
did
the
you
best
go to the
I've ever
Abbey?
seen.
I had a wander around the Abbey.
Nice.
The Blondies, the Blondie Way, out now. The Blondie Way. I'm going to try and push people to the Blondie Way. It's a great show.
Good plug.
But he took me around there, took me for a walk, and I know it was not very Christian. It's a lot of like English poets, Blake, and like, you know what I mean?
It's all
like,
the headliners. It's where the
it's-
headliners
yeah,
get
it's
buried.
big stuff. But this is this weird thing about the Church of England of like pushing together church and state into one. You go into a church and it's like, oh, this guy was a good lawyer. And you go, well, what does that have to do with the soul? What are we saying?
He was
I
rich.
I believe you're a published poet.
I'm a number one best-selling poet in Australia.
Fuck off.
No, it's true. I think
What was
America as well.
what was the poem called?
Here's the thing. I just release a book of poems every year. We got Marlon Brando 9/11 as the first book. My Monkey and I Have Something to Hide. That was the second one. There's a little play on.
Can you give us a couple of lines from?
I'll give you some of my new
Brando?
poems I've been working on the way over here. Got one
on.
about all the mosques. It's positive. I don't know if I'll get in
Are we
trouble.
closing on a poem, by the way?
It
I'll
feels
give-
like
I
it might
really
be
don't
what's
think-
happened.
I won't stop giving you my poems once I get started. Oh boy, I love getting my.
I read one of yours. You
Splish
posted it on
Splash,
Instagram the other day, and it was great.
Well,
I thought you
I-
were just doodling. I didn't realize you were a poet.
I thought I'd wrote a poem.
yeah.
It turns out it was a very famous poem. I had this confabulated memory. I heard a poem and I was like, I wrote that. But
Yeah.
like, it turns out it was someone else and
I
I
did
just
that
read
with
it.
For Me Once. That was devastating.
Do you know the poem "Smiling is infectious, you catch it like the flu"?
No, that's lovely.
When someone smiled at me today, I started smiling too.
That's Tom Stade.
I passed around the corner and someone caught my grin.
You thought this full poem
Just
was.
then I realised I'd passed it on to him. And
Beautiful.
it ends with "Get the world infected." And I thought I'd wrote that up until like about 5 years ago.
You said it's Tom Stade.
It was a joke.
Oh.
Reference to the
Oh,
roast.
sorry.
Devastated.
I'm just very nice.
Really, really famous poem apparently.
All right, here's my mosque poem. England, merry England. Lots of gay stuff, lots of mosques. That's got to be quite rare. Has that happened anywhere before? Historically, I'd think those two are typically an either or. I wonder how that pans out in the long run. It's the start of the poem. Do they think about each other? English Muslims, English gays? Even if they're fellow travellers on some issues, they must part ways. It's different with the gay stuff and what's left of the C of E, who coexist and synergize frictionlessly. Vicar lesbians could not be said to be in short supply. Surely by now vicar lesbians outnumber vicar straight guys. I could be wrong. I honestly could be. But I don't reckon it's that way with mosques. Sometimes it's that way with gay stuff, but traffic seems to be one way. I've seen a Palestinian flag outside a sauna in Soho. I have never seen a mosque display the LGBT rainbow. And it's really not my business, and I don't have an opinion, but it's all that I could think about when I was out in England, and English people, by and large, do not want me to talk about it. They seem to consider it impolite to draw attention to the minarets and all the LGBT flags in bookstores, pubs, and public transport. But they're like that with most things, the English. They're all about stiff upper lips and also doing silly voices and watching football and eating crisps. And I'm sure they'll figure it all out. They did with Romans, Normans, Saxons, Vikings. But they did it with generations of bloodshed. Who knows? Maybe not this time. Is that going to get me in trouble?
That's so good.
All right.
That's a good point.
I really felt seen on that silly voices, football and crisps.
You got a great country here. You got great
Jeez.
people.
Jeez.
Also, I love the mosques. Loved all the gay stuff in Soho. Fabulous. Clothes. I saw a 24/7 sauna pub.
Oh yeah.
Both sauna and pub. No one
People
finds
go
that
in there
as
to get
funny as
sucked
I
off,
do
James.
here. But what you go in and you get your little sausages, and then you go upstairs, and a guy's, what? That's funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That sounds great, though.
I'll have a Guinness, and then he'll have me, and then
Yeah, as if you want to go to a gay sauna that doesn't have a bar.
Yeah. It's Big John's Bumham Palace.
It's just, but it's like a traditional English. There's a fat lady downstairs. How are you, love? Go upstairs. Come on down.
Yeah, I don't think it's that traditional.
It
Yeah.
looked pretty. I think Oscar Wilde would have had a great old time.
Oh, right.
But
Okay, yeah.
it was exciting. It was just very
he
fun.
gay?
And then on the picture out front, it's all like shirtless men in towels, like doing cheers with a cider. Anyway, I thought that was interesting.
Did you go in?
I
you
had
gave it-
things to do. I had
Yeah,
things to do.
You got poetry, you're right.
Of course. Weak of me not to go and see what's going on in the beautiful architecture everywhere. Boy, I love it.
You've
What else
really,
we got on the
you've
list?
really loved England, haven't you?
I came here once 10 years ago. It was the day that, I don't know if I said it on stage, but it was the day that the walkie-talkie blew up a car in London. It there's a big skyscraper that worked as a magnifying glass, and it blew up a car. And I was here in a relationship, and the relationship did not last very long, much past that trip. I was sick as a dog, and I was very sad. And I got to do one thing, and I went to the Imperial War Museum, and I just walked through the Holocaust exhibit. That's all I'd seen of London, was that specific, just video testimonials from Auschwitz. And I've got to say, there's more to it than that. And I've discovered that on this trip. Really, I thought that was just...
I think you've really gone, first trip maybe gone a little bit too hardcore. Second time, gay sauna pub, a little bit more
Can't
lighthearted.
move for gay sauna pubs.
Can it move up and down?
I got shown around Soho and was like, that's the Windmill. That's a very important historical strip club. They kept it open during the war. That really moved me.
Your knowledge of British history is impressive.
Nah, I don't know nothing about. I'm just a humble.
I'm just a humble lad from Bingley.
Yeah, so I'm a little British. I mean, I watched Brexit with great interest, and I've watched all these. I go back and listen
There's
to it
more
now.
than most people over here did, to be honest with you.
I made so many big promises on both sides about this will be catastrophic and everyone will be fucking dying in the street if we have Brexit, and then you're fine.
I think
But then
we're
all the
about 3 years
Brexiteers
away
are like,
from that being a-
we're going to be so strong. We're going to be the best country in the world. It's like, well, you're not using Brexit. There's more you can do with it, I reckon. You get that empire going again.
That's the plan.
All right.
We've all got our eyes on Haiti.
They need some help.
Yeah.
They need a strong hand.
Okay. We'll go and sort that out. The Haiti special
I love the people
coming
of,
soon
I love
to Patreon.
I love the Haitians.
Same.
I love everybody.
Or maybe.
Have I said things that are going to get me in trouble?
No.
All right.
No.
All right.
James, it's been class to have you.
Where,
I appreciate being here. Thank you so
where
much
can
for
people
having me.
find you online and plug your special?
The James Donald Forbes McCann Catamaran Plan. I'm trying to buy a boat with a podcast. James Donald Forbes McCann Catamaran Plan. $500,000. I'm going to try and buy a boat. And Hey America is the special. And books of poetry. Splish Splash. Marlon Brando 9/11. New one's coming soon. Thinking of calling it. I haven't decided what to call it. Probably won't be based. That poem might not make the cut. Haven't decided. I mean, what a great country. What great people. I'm proud of you boys for
James.
getting up and doing it. You led the charge. I've been watching this show. I've known about it for years.
Thanks,
and
man.
you really, the mainstream thing was dying, and you did it. You had a show, top professional show. No one's doing. Who else is doing that in the UK? People are having fancy pretend restaurants in their mind with no video. No video. I want to see the video. You guys said
you want to see the
video.
orange couch in an attic in Liverpool or
That
Runcorn?
said, I would love to go, James Acaster, if you're watching, and that lovely other guy. That's the one. I would love to talk about papadums or bread. I can do that too. I've just had spicy papadums for the first time.
Have you really?
Never had it before. They brought out this thing on the table, those little bowls that turn around. I said, this green stuff is tremendous.
It is. The
And a man
green
was
stuff is
like,
tremendous.
mint yogurt. I was like, yeah, it's great.
Lime pickle.
Wow.
That's what you want. The
So
lime.
many. I'm sorry, I'll keep talking forever if you give me the chance. We've got things to do. But I mean, well, are there other
McCann, ladies
podcasts
and
you can help me get on? Have the Dream Restaurant boys been on this show?
No, they have not.
Get on down. Let's synergize, work together. United
Crossover.
British Front.
We can get you on other podcasts. I don't know if you can get them on ours.
All right. I want to get on Taskmaster. I want to meet Greg Davis. He seems great. Bob Mortimer.
Yes.
What a
He's the guy.
he's really good.
But Bob Mortimer's like dream guest for this show.
Absolutely.
Bob,
At the end of an
get on
episode,
down.
at the end of every episode, we do a call to action for Bob Mortimer, and then after that, Finn, you play us out on a tune. Have you got anything to mention before we go?
Well, Murderers Row's almost done, isn't it? The tour's nearly done. So we've got
Tickets-
Leeds and Newcastle.
Some tickets available for Leeds. Newcastle is going to sell out, so if you fancy that, that's the 9th of May.
And I've got loads of Adam Rowe and Friends work in progress shows. I'm just fucking around running a new hour. I've got 2 full bits, I think.
Dance anthems, karaoke, all the good stuff.
Dan's Anthems is on the 20th of April. Come and see the first ever Have a Word Day rave, 4 till 10 at Bongo's Bingo. And then the Saturday after, if you don't fancy the full dance party, me, Finn and Harry are doing a karaoke party at Teddy's on Saturday, the 26th of April. It's 7 till 10 and it's the best night out ever. It's great.
All the links are in the description.
There's not many tickets for that, so jump on it.
Yeah, we got a tune this week. It's a band called Solasta. I think that's how you say it. Solasta. And this is their tune, Fading Away. They're an alt-rock Glaswegian band.
We know.
Thank you, James. It's been class.
Is Lenny Henry still alive? I'd like to meet Lenny Henry.
Bye, Felicia.